contraceptives. It's a bit of a trivia that can be learned at the History of Contraception Museum at Case Western Reserve University.
All right, kids.
Hey, listen, we were going to go to Disney World, but those plans fell through. We're going to go to the
History of Contraception Museum.
More than 650 items are in the collection at the one-of-a-kind museum. Visitors will find rows of cervical caps, while condoms are on display near the douches.
A jaunty cervical cap.
The Cleveland School's chief curator, James Edmondson, says there could be an initial giggle factor, sure, when visiting the Birth Control Museum, but he says there is a serious side to the collection.
There's actually a douche wing.
Apparently so.
The Jungle Cruise is an awful ride there, by the way. Don't ever...
Yeah.
I think I left my lunch in the douche wing. I'll be right back.
Jeff Rothpan, so you're in airplanes all the time.
You ever get the pilot who talks the whole time?
Oh, yeah.
You know, and he thinks he's like a radio guy. You know, he thinks, hey, everybody, is there your captain here in the cockpit? Like, where else is he going to be, in the bathroom? Of course he's in that cockpit. And they're always telling us how many feet we're going up. I never understood that. Why are they telling us how many feet we're flying up? Because I'm a passenger, and he's busy going on about, hey, we're going to be at our altitude, 36,000 feet. Hey, I'm a passenger. Just go above the mountains and the trees. That's all I know.
That's all I need.
It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man song. He's the man. He's the man. I don't take no crap from anybody else but you. I wear the pants around here when I finish with your laundry. Because I'm a guy you don't want to fight. When I say jump, you say yeah, right. I'm the man of this house until you get home. He's the man. He's the man. What I say goes around here, right out the window. And I don't want to hear a lot of whining, so I'll shut up. The sooner you learn who's boss around here, the sooner you can give me my orders, dear. Because I'm head honcho around here, but it's all in my head. He's the man. He's the man. And I can have sex anytime that you want. Because I'm a man who has needs, but they're not that important. And don't expect any flowers from me, because if I'm not mistaken, you prefer jewelry. I'm the king of my castle when you're not around. He's the man. He's the man. And I'll drink and watch sports whenever I want to get in trouble. And I'll come home when I'm good and ready to sleep on the couch. Because a man's got to do what a man's got to do, and I'm going to do what you tell me to, because I'm top dog around here, but I've been neutered. He's the man. He's the man. You the man.
Okay, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. How about you? It's the Bob and Tom Show. Good morning, Pat Godwin.
Hey, Chick.
How are you, buddy?
Good.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. There's Tom Griswold.
Remember how to run those controls, Pat?
I think.
It's been a while.
Okay, that's everybody.
I'll send someone there to dust it off.
Just me and you, Tom.
All right. And thank you for coming after the embarrassment that was yesterday's show.
You're welcome. Oh, my God. You had no idea. I had to wear a mask on the way to work. People are lined up heckling me, throwing cans and bottles and something about 401k and second mortgages.
Wow.
Here we go. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey.
There's Josh Arnold at the upside sidekick chair.
Hello.
And here's Tom.
Very good. Oh, and we're very excited about the beginning of the NFL season.
Yes, the Buffalo Bills dispatched. That's the kindest way to put it. The Rams on their home field last night, 31-10.
Ooh.
Buffalo is not messing around. They kicked ass early.
And I love the fact that almost all the pundits picked it the wrong way.
This pundit did, and I had the Rams +3, and I only needed 29 more points, and I would have been home free.
Even my hero Tony Dungy got it wrong.
Well, he does not walk on water, contrary to what you think.
I love Mr. Dungy.
Well, you're the one. Okay.
Many of us are big fans.
Do a little cursory digging, and
about to
you'll see.
Possibly name my new dog after him.
Good job.
Oh, Dungy's a good name.
For a dog, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as it's a boy.
Well, we don't know yet.
It sounds like dingy to me.
Yeah. Dungy is not a good girl name.
If
For a
it's
dog?
like if she's like off-white.
She's white.
Of course
the
she
dog.
is. Yeah.
Now that may create a problem for some, and now I realize there's a problem. I never thought about that till now.
No, nobody would think.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of the litters of the puppies, the litter rather of the puppies. Mm-hmm. And I think I want the one. All the little puppies are surrounding the mom, but there's one kicked back,
Aloof
on his or her back, snoozing. I'm thinking, that's the one I want.
Oh, don't let him fool you.
I've heard that.
Yeah, what is the trick to picking a puppy up?
It's
Well,
tough.
you're supposed to pick them up,
Yep.
and then you put them on their back, and if they, just lay there, they're a good puppy. If they start fighting you, of course, they don't want to go on their back.
I got to get a dog whisperer to tell me what to do here because
I got a guy and a gal, whatever
Of
you
course
want.
do. They're best friends. I know.
Okay, well,
Say that?
They cater your Christmas. I know.
in any
It's
event,
amazing.
interestingly enough, NBC's pregame is still going on.
Tom,
Yeah,
have I ever watched a pregame show?
I know you don't like to watch them.
I don't. It's not that I don't like to. I don't watch them. The game starts, bang, I'm in. Sometimes the sound's down.
I like to get some information.
I'm surprised they had one with the Queen and all.
Yeah, it was very LA centric. Then there was a very disrespectful moment of silence in which nobody shut up. In the
How do you
stadium.
watch a game at a stadium? Are you lost? You don't know what they're doing unless somebody's telling you what they're doing out there on the field?
He wears headphones.
Probably.
Well, now, with the new stadium designs, they're going to have a lot of sort of areas where people can stand like they're at a sports bar. They'll have multiple games on screens.
Yeah, that makes no sense to me.
Well,
At all.
Listen, I'm the king of not being able to focus, so it's perfect for me. But
Stay home or go to a bar near your house. And do that.
why would you spend all that money?
Clogging up the stadium traffic.
I got a TV as big as all outdoors, man. I'm my own pisser. I'm at home, dude.
Yeah.
Make your own hot dogs.
And I don't have to subject me to anybody. It's a win-win. So all the way around.
coming up in the news today, an annual event that I really enjoy. I think Josh and I are probably the only ones that really like it. It's the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. They release their new words.
Yeah, this usually infuriates.
Yes, the first one just pisses me off.
What's your guys' beef with, what is it, Impact? Or
I can't. I've
Instead
never
of saying
liked
effect, they do it all the time.
Right. All it does is prove that the person doesn't know the difference between effect and affect.
Effect and Affect.
What's the impact of the Queen's death on the... that of course, leads the news. Sad news from the UK.
Did you hear they're already starting to change the money?
Yeah.
They're putting the king on. Wow. The Queen is dead. Long live the king.
Well,
It's
It's
gonna
not
take,
like they
what,
didn't
a
have a
month?
lot of prep time. They've had that obit in the can since '58.
What do you mean?
58. Wow.
I don't think she was 30 in 58. What are you talking about?
She became queen in '52.
Man,
No,
she
they-
was
was 25.
25.
I saw one yesterday that had Peter Jennings doing it, so you know it was ready. This is Walter Cronkite.
No, I feel bad. It's
She just went quick. I mean, Tuesday she's,
I told you
welcoming
that.
the new prime
Tuesday, yeah.
minister, and
I
boom.
told you guys yesterday there was a bulletin. The family's been called. That's never good.
Nope.
They're not, I want you all here so she's going to live. They don't do that.
And they didn't make it.
But it's not all, I think it's not all bad news. What's his name? Prince Andrews going like, hey, does this mean I'm ungrounded for that whole Epstein thing?
Oh, no. 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 I think he's in even more trouble now.
Does he get
Charles does not like his brother.
Does he get to attend the funeral? Or
Who knows?
can he bring a date? Yeah. Shows up with a kid in a Girl Scout uniform.
That'd be
I bet
hilarious.
Charles has said, good Lord, Andy, about 9,000 times.
Snatch forth.
You know what I was watching yesterday? It was Britain Today. It's on BritBox or one of the services, and I get it later, like in the middle of the day. But yeah, I guess that would be that's our noon is there.
Is that like their Today Show kind of thing?
Yeah. It's like
I have
Good
to
Morning
find-
America, Good Morning Britain. Yeah.
I have to find the story. I read this the other day. The number of Americans that don't know how many things they subscribe to,
Oh, yeah.
television-wise, I want to say something like 52% of people are paying for a service they don't even know they're paying for.
Oh, I'm sure.
I got this text over the weekend. Hey, whose Hulu subscription and password do I have? Can you help me out? Because she was on somebody's, and it was nuts.
Well, here's what happens to me. My kids will sign up for something. Try 7-day trial for HBO Max. And the next thing I know,
They forget.
they don't cancel it. And I'm like, well, I don't have HBO Max. You do now. Yeah.
It's very good.
And
it is.
And then I understand you have to go to the HBO offices to cancel.
No, that's for most
That's
gyms.
health clubs.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, that's.
Man.
Well, we'll get to all these stories and many more. I did want to mention that we do have our Pigskin Pick'em Challenge up and running. I hope you got into it yesterday. If not, we'll do another one next week. But now all the weekend games in the NFL and the Monday Nighter
You're locked in.
will count. And all you have to do is pick all the winners, not even against the spread. And our winner will get a Big Green Egg Mini Max, and you get to challenge Chick McGee in the Shoein' of the Week.
I hope you had Buffalo last night. Yeah.
And both of our winner from last season, who was your guest yesterday, also picked the Rams. So far, 0-1 for the Chickster.
Many people were on the Rams.
But and you picked a couple of other games, and we'll get to those coming up a little bit later on. At least you feel good, though, that the NFL season is officially started.
Oh, my goodness, yes. Yes. I did not watch the game last night. I fell asleep.
You didn't?
I had every intention.
You didn't watch the game at all?
Now, will you go back and watch it today?
No, that's Captain Idiot over there. That's what he even watches the pregame show.
You can fast forward, man.
You didn't tell me that. I bet you don't. I bet you watched every second of Alf.
Now I want to see what Tom was talking about, the woman on the sideline. And
oh, yeah. How
things
about
like
the
that.
woman on the sideline?
No,
You're not fond of her.
No, I thought they were kind of dominated by. Maybe, I don't know. They know a lot more about it than I do. I don't know what their thing is. I just thought a lot of it sort of L.A. is the greatest place on earth stuff was kind of bugging me.
I bet she was blonde and pretty.
And all the pundits, like I said, I'd have to see that most of them picked the Rams to win. So it's early in the season. We'll see what happens. Looking forward to it. But again, I want to urge you to check out the Pigskin Pick'em at bobandtom.com/contest. Too late to enter this week's competition. But we got it every week of the NFL season. Also, we're sorting it out so that Willie and Ace can go to Las Vegas to check out a game. Ace's favorite team, of course, the Las Vegas Raiders.
And they're in L.A. this weekend.
Okay.
Charges.
Playing the Chargers.
Yeah, I was not aware that beautiful mega billion dollar stadium,
SoFi Stadium,
not air conditioned.
I didn't either until yesterday when they were talking about it.
Well, it's open air. I mean,
There's only one end open, though.
But
Can
it
you
was
imagine
hotter than hell.
what it would cost to air condition an outdoor stadium? My goodness, it'd be on all the time. And then
And one old man standing there.
You know what you should do? Close it in.
We're not paying to cool the outer door. Turn this down.
Apparently, we are.
Well, here's a big secret for you.
Oh, okay.
When the Grateful Dead tour, or Dead and Company, whatever, they have these massive trucks in back that air condition the stage, even at outdoor venues.
How about that?
So it'll be 107 in the audience, and they're up there. It's a not comfortable 68 on stage because they've got.
Is that to keep Bobby?
They've got a coal burning factory spewing out.
It's to keep them preserved.
Keep that Bobby cool under his beard.
I'm a big fan. I'm not being critical. I'm just saying they probably could. They probably could air condition SoFi. Well, right now I want to remind you that we have fascinating things coming up in sports. I did watch SportsCenter, so I was entertained by 30 minutes of tennis and the WNBA while waiting for information about the NFL. I'm not sure what that was all
You
about.
got a lot
there are other
you got a lot of
sports.
problems this morning, don't
Yeah,
you?
I'm sure everyone cared about the Napa. They're on a mission to keep you in motion. For almost a century, Napa Auto Parts, known for having the quality parts and expert knowledge that drivers need. How many quality parts? Let's say over 500,000. They're going to have what you need for that car or truck. Napa wants to help you drive in that car or that truck. They want you to hit the road with confidence with that large network of parts and auto care. There are 6,000-ish Napa Auto Parts stores and over 17,000 Napa Auto Care centers. So you're never far from the quality products and trusted service that you want for that ride. You can check them out online. It's NapaOnline.com, N-A-P-A, NapaOnline.com. Find the location nearest you. Now, you want to give me the quick teaser there, Chickster?
Buffalo Bills and the Rams started the NFL season last night. The Bills won. We'll talk about it.
All right.
And U.S. Open information. We'll talk about that. College football realignment. We're going to 12 teams here pretty soon. They're going to get that hammered out, and I do mean hammered. A couple world records and trouble in paradise. Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen living apart. We'll talk about it.
And Christy, by the way, has personal knowledge of one of our world records.
I do. One of my really good friends.
Oh.
She really is.
Yeah, they come over to Thanksgiving dinner. She brings the cranberry sauce. Is that right? Wow.
Wow, you are on my nerve right now. Already.
Every story.
14 minutes.
Somebody is your best friend.
Because I don't sit in my house all day watching friggin' television.
Wait, we can't go to commercial. We're not going to commercial.
I might have friends.
Also, coming up...
know about it.
Coming up in the news.
Name 5.
Excuse me, ladies. Coming up in the news.
I beg your pardon.
Donkey penises. That's right.
Well, now I'm in.
Okay.
I have a friend who's a donkey penis.
No, you mean
there he is.
no,
Right there.
you mean
You heard
horse's ass. You were close.
That's right. Okay.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
And a good morning to you. I'm Mark Allison. It is Friday, September 9th. On the way, a couple of great comedians going to be joining us. Tim Cavanaugh, Rafe Williams, and Jeff Oskey. Jeff will be along with the news we failed to mention. In addition to being a comedian and staff member here on the Bob and Tom Show, he's also the anchor of the news that we failed to mention. That's coming up this morning right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Had our first game in the NFL last night. The Buffalo Bills crushed the defending Super Bowl champs Los Angeles Rams 31-10. Chick McGee will have all the details in sports, and the long national nightmare has ended as the NFL season once again underway. Certainly hope you got your picks in for our Big Green Egg Pigskin Pick'em Challenge. Again, week 1 started last night. So if you didn't get your picks in, you can look forward to entering and winning in week number 2, and we'll remind you of that beginning, I believe, on Monday of next week. So, again, hope you have a great morning. Thanks for joining us. Tim Cavanaugh, Rafe Williams, and Jeff Oskey all on the way on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. Dancing with the Stars. Yes, you heard me. They're back. It starts September 19th on Disney+. And, boy, they are really starting to look for stars. Jordan Sparks is involved, so is Jesse James Decker, Wayne Brady, Selma Blair, Daniel Durant, and Cheryl Ladd, who looks really good for 71, let me tell you that. Brandy Carlisle, Ashley McBride, Kelsea Ballerina, Little Big Town, Trisha Yearwood, and Faith Hill will join Winona Judd on select dates of the Judd's final tour. Martina McBride will be her guest on all the dates. The Judds had planned the tour before the death of Naomi in April. Winona says it will be a celebration of her mother's life. That tour starts September 30th and kicks off in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And it's that time of year when the words pumpkin spice are on many of our lips, not to mention in many of our coffee cups. So it should come as no surprise that it's among the words added to the Merriam-Webster dictionary. This month alone, the dictionary added 370 words and phrases. Others included shrinkflation, adorkable, and subvariant. That's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
All right, this magician, he gets his job on a cruise ship. So he's working his cruise ship, and he does his act every night. In the front row is the captain of the ship with a parrot on her shoulder. So every night he does his act. Well, by the third night, the parrot starts figuring out his magician's act. So he starts heckling the magician, and it's in his sleeve. It's under his hat. His assistant has it. So that night, they hit an iceberg, and the ship goes down. The magician wakes up floating on a piece of driftwood, and the parrot is sitting on the end of the driftwood, and they stare at each other for 2 days and don't say a word. They just look at each other all mad. Finally, the bird goes, "I give. Where's the boat?"
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Dear Bob and Tom Show. This is signed Lonely in Gatesville.
Oh, God.
He goes, I had a very bad breakup.
Peter Frampton.
I lost my girl and my fishing buddy who she took up with.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So I took her favorite hairbrush. Signed Lonely in Gatesville. I have really nicely brushed hair. Okay, thank you very much.
Oh, that's the end of the story?
Yeah,
That's
it.
it?
It's just very simple.
Are you sure
I thought he
wasn't-
shoved it somewhere. Gave it back.
Yeah.
All the classics.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
I can hear you, oh no. You're talking out your ass again.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
I left work early, drove right home. Didn't know you'd be here. Well, now that you are, there's only one thing I'd like you to do, my dear. Honey, pull up my skirt, undo my blouse, peel off my pantyhose. Baby, take off my bra and my spiked heels. Honey, take off all of my clothes. Take them all off, baby. Honey, pull down the shades, turn down the lights, lock up all of the doors. If I catch you wearing my clothes again, honey, I will file for divorce. Bob, that skirt doesn't even go with that blouse. Now put on this apron and go do the dishes.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you.
I'm warning you, don't do that.
There's laughter ahead.
I should be having a better time if this is a party.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is comedian Tim Cavanaugh, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Have some fun.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
Hey, there's Josh Arnold at the upside sidekick chair.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
Manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. Willie Griswold's still under the weather with the COVID. He's doing okay. You checked in with him?
Mm-hmm.
You took him some soup and things?
I took him what he asked for.
What was that? Marijuana?
Pet his widow head?
Some lozenges.
Six pack and some.
All right. Very nice.
Yeah, he's doing okay. We opened up the show, by the way, with a classic featuring the Bob and Tom Band and Orchestra, composition and performance of Mr. Sean Morey, comedian. And that was a special request. Got a nice request here. In honor of Wayne's dad. Wayne lives in Missouri.
Wayno.
He and his dad used to go to work together, listen to the show. He is reconnecting with the show, and it just reminds him of the days when he was with his dad listening to this, and loves the song, the band song. And that's one of those things that's floating around now in the various, what do they call them, streaming networks, a la Spotify, et cetera, et cetera. We've posted a bunch of the classic Bob and Tom stuff, so if you get a chance, you might want to look around for that one. Thank you, Sean Morey. And Wayne, hey, thanks for the note. Very nice note. We certainly appreciate your listening. If you want to get a hold of us, Josh, how do you do that?
Email us, bobandtom@bobandtom.com, or get on the app. It's a good app.
If you don't have the app, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, what are you doing with
It's
your
damn
phone?
fine.
Do you know that almost every police officer in this country will let you go on a speeding ticket if you show them the app?
Whoa, you shouldn't have said that.
Well, it's all he said almost, and he's right.
By almost, I mean probably none. But the point is, we want to say a special hello to all those officers working hard out there this morning. And we have another unusual special request before we get to sports.
What do you got?
Josh had a problem a few years ago. Josh being a new homeowner, Josh couldn't figure out what the fish were in his gutters.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember this?
Oh, yeah, of course.
There's little minnows swimming around.
Yeah, there were minnows in your gutters, and
very, very minnows.
Didn't know what they were.
Yeah.
And we asked folks to maybe they could enlighten us out there in the audience, and we received this.
Why you gotta be such a windbag?
Josh, I think they could be mosquito larvae.
Those were not salamanders. They were mosquito larvae.
My gosh, Josh, those are larvae swimming in your gutter. Not baby fish, not tadpoles, but mosquito larvae. My gosh, Josh. Read a book. Google sometime.
Why you gotta be such a windbag?
Our buddy Big T.
The Big T weighs in.
Yes.
My gosh, Josh. I love that.
He kind of sounded like Joe Walsh there.
Yeah.
He did a little bit.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah.
Let's wait a minute. Really?
Yeah.
A little bit.
No, not
As high pitched, but
high enough. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Joe Walsh's father. How's that?
Okay.
All right.
Now, did you see the John Daly thing?
No,
I saw his first pitch.
First pitch, it was pretty good.
Yeah, with our buddy Dave Kackner.
He's fine.
He fired it over the plate, but he was so casual. He walks out there in flip flops.
Yeah, sure.
Those shorts.
Crazy shorts, and he looks like, if you haven't seen him, he looks like Santa Claus.
He does.
He's got a big white beard, but he walked out there, didn't care.
Oh, it was awesome.
He doesn't hesitate, turns around, fires it over the
Threw a
plate.
strike, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not easy.
He's to be aspired to. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Well, you got to admire a guy that's comfortable in his own skin, of which there's quite a bit.
You know, he's going to have his liver bronzed. Did you know that?
Yeah. Well, look at
That's
Keith
exciting.
Richards. Look how long he's been with us. Maybe he and John Daly have some kind of super gene.
Could be. There's a lot to say about that.
Yeah.
Keith's probably 1/3 of the weight of Mr. Daly, which may be
Probably.
it was at Busch Stadium, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure was.
And Miss
Cardinals
Missouri,
game.
she did it as well.
Miss Missouri.
Yeah.
All right. Show me.
Oh, very pretty.
Can you imagine how often Miss Missouri gets that? I know. Show me your boobs. I got it. I've heard it before, classic. Let's move on. Very witty. Now we have Mr. McGee at the sports desk.
Last night, that's right, we had the NFL opener. Josh Allen, 297 yards and 4 touchdowns. He accounted for it. He ran a couple in. The Bills said, hey, we're Super Bowl contenders. They beat the Rams last night at SoFi, short for SoFi Stadium, 31-10.
Did you hear, by the way, former President Barack Obama at the unveiling of the portraits?
No, I just saw the portraits. I didn't hear
You didn't hear what he
said.
did?
That was funny.
What'd he do?
Very funny. The essence, we could probably dig the. Did you see it, Ace? The essence of the quote was he was discussing
Michelle Obama.
The official portraits.
He listed her accomplishments, and then he goes, of course, you can't forget that she's fine.
Got a big laugh, and it was just perfectly timed.
Good for him.
It was very
But he should have said fine.
Well,
Because that's how you say it,
got
right?
a certain amount of
Fine.
dignity being a president.
I guess.
Sorry.
And last night we had somebody running on the field with a pink smoke bomb. And the word is this morning that they were doing a gender reveal, I guess.
No.
Yeah. First game of the NFL season, a bizarre situation. Fourth quarter, Rams-Bills. Game had to be stopped. A fan ran on the field and tossed a pink smoke bomb onto the field. No word on, they took the gentleman away. They have not released anything about him, but the speculation is that it was indeed a gender reveal. For people important to him, I guess. So there you go. How about that, John?
That might be the first of those we've had.
A gender reveal on the field?
Yeah.
Oh, it won't be the last.
There we go.
All right. Well, prepare to be very, very tackled.
Boy,
that's the thing.
They dispatched him quickly.
Yeah, but what would the ruling be on that if you do that and some guy tackles you and you break your neck?
Boy,
I mean,
the way things are now, he'll probably own half the stadium at some point. Yeah,
that would be unfortunate.
But no, it should be. No, you. Yeah,
he'll probably get a longer sentence than most convicted kidnappers in our culture. That seems to be going on right now. Let him go. He'll kidnap somebody else and kill him. Okay, good. Read the news. It's happening again.
What are you mad at us for?
Yeah, what did we do?
He didn't kidnap
What the hell's going on?
And the death penalty, that son of a bitch will never do it again. That's my philosophy. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Somebody ask him about any of that?
Let him go.
He just went on. U.S. Open tennis.
You know how many trees they had to kill to get the to print the rap sheet in that guy in Canada? Okay, sorry.
U.S. Open, the women's finals are set. Iga Swiatek and Ons Jabeur will face each other in the U.S. Open Women's Final. She's from Tunisia, Tom. We named the dog Indiana. Tunisia's Jabura reached her second consecutive Grand Salami after beating Caroline Garcia. And the number 1 ranked Swiatek grabbed the last 4 games to eliminate number 6 Arnya. Arnya, gonna play a little harder? Could you turn it up a bit, please?
It's really amazing, the dominance of non-Americans in tennis.
Arnya Sabalenka. Well, they're there. Yeah,
what is that?
Who cares where they're from as long as they're, good and champions?
I'm not saying I just think it's...
They don't have to be from America.
Wait a minute, are you the one that said the problem with the Olympics is too many foreigners?
In the purposes of not being canceled, I deny that. I deny.
I posited this to Josh yesterday.
Oh, you posited? Okay.
What would be more difficult, being a hockey announcer or a tennis announcer?
Man, now tennis has gotten crazy with the names.
It has.
Hockey, it's like, hey, for God's sake, could somebody get a vowel?
I don't care for the
Hector
I don't care for the 2 consonants back to back. Don't care. Although Kent Herbeck of the Twins, and he'll always play for the Twins in my heart, he gets a pass. But if you've got T-S-R, no.
Yeah, H-R, no.
It's not easy.
No,
Come on.
not easy.
Let's stop off at the island. We'll anglicize that for
you. You know what we should do right now?
What?
Is welcome Pat Godwin back with a fabulous song. Now, what song did you have on your mind?
Okay, Pat.
Gone?
Yes.
The world of TikTok and Instagram.
Oh, is this the corn thing?
Yes, I was going to do a lofty introduction, Christy.
Why?
Because not everyone knows about
Corn Kid?
Corn Kid.
I certainly didn't.
Yeah, the young boy who achieved viral fame, Corn Ambassador. His name is Tariq.
This little kid it was real fun. He was being interviewed about corn.
Yep.
And he made it was really fun. And then a guy who turns a lot of this stuff into a song.
Yes.
The
Gregory Brothers made
it a really funny little song, and it really took off over the weekend. But I was going to say, prior to this event, we had a wonderful corn song involving a famous story during the peak of COVID. There was an ear of corn, a stalk of corn was growing in the street, and it was kidnapped. And remember all this story?
Sure.
It was a great story. It was about the rebirth of life.
God. Just play your corn song, Pat.
Well, it needs a little bit of a setup. It's
a little bit.
It does need a little bit of a setup.
Well, if I had known I was going to be doing this, I would have had it ready. But since
this is the fun part.
You sprung it on me.
That's right.
It was in North Dakota. They found a stalk of corn.
In.
They moved the corn to another place to let it grow and thrive, and it became an internet sensation. What more do you need to know?
Master the power of...
and we're talking about it because some kid likes corn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Tariq.
right.
We're talking about it because
the kid didn't think corn was real.
Right.
Then he found out it was real.
Yeah,
it blew his mind.
I saw that video this morning. He's missing his 2 front teeth.
No.
Yes, he is.
How
indeed.
adorable is that?
But he's been named the Corn Ambassador.
Which he shouldn't be.
And
That's
they
not a word.
declared Tariq Day.
September 3rd.
They made a mistake. They should have given him the honorary title of Colonel. Hey! With a K.
Hello.
Hey now.
So here he is.
For me, I really like cone.
Yeah.
Ever since I was told that cone was real, it tasted good.
So he's saying...
Go take a time out.
Okay, a sweet little kid. Kind of having some fun there.
Sure.
And Pat, you have a tribute to the other corn story about the corn stalk that was transplanted. It's a beautiful story. Feel free.
Here we go.
I was corn in a small town, growing in the sidewalk of a small town. Came up through the concrete of a small town. Oh, a symbol of resiliency. Oh, corn just can't be bested.
Ouch.
Most parts of me can't be digested. It turns out corn infested. Oh, think about that before you eat me. Yeah, I might grow up to be hot cream corn. I can father a son and be popcorn. I might be field of sweet, corn can't be beat. I am king in the land of the free, and tuning doesn't bother me. Didn't know I was doing small town corn, putting the capo on. Small town corn. It's rock and roll, doesn't have to be in tune, baby. Small town corn.
Wait a second, Christy. I want you to stand up and look at the message that Pat sent me an hour ago. What is the second one on there? What does it say?
Corn.
Small town corn. Okay.
Yeah, but it has to have a capo, and I have to know when it's coming.
I gave you. I gave you a bloated introduction. I was getting criticized for going on and on, trying to let you get
Do
ready.
you know
for
how complicated it is to put a capo on a guitar?
Oh, my God.
I bet you don't.
You have to take your left hand.
That's right.
You have to go to the guitar neck.
Unbelievable.
Put it on, then you have to retune.
You gotta retune the whole thing.
Then your guitar.
For a song about corn, all I heard were clams. Am I right?
But I like the song. We'll let you do it again later.
No.
We have tweeted out the Corn Kid thing. So if you want to see it,
neat.
And then we'll dig up the the song that they put together with his little speech. It's kind of
it's all out there, Tom. It's all out there.
It's fun. It's viral.
You don't need to litter our website with it.
Someone's got a bug up there.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. Is that sports? Oh, no, we were doing women's tennis.
Women's tennis. We were.
You know what? It's a long ride.
Here's
Just
the song.
sit back
Here's, you get the idea.
Yeah.
That's a big hit.
Is it?
No. No.
Major League Baseball fans have the opportunity to own a piece of Major League Baseball history. The dentures of Tigers legend Ty Cobb. That's right.
Wow.
They're currently up for auction. Cobb is considered one of the best players ever to step on the field and a world-class prick.
And by the way, we see what you did here with the corn going into a Cobb store.
Corn, Cobb.
Very nice.
Chick McGee. He's doing things over here.
You can only chew white meat with it.
You don't even know.
Well, much of that has been debunked, but that's all right.
At the moment, Cobb's dentures' current asking price, $12,000.
Come on.
It's on the official listing of an auction house. The description explains that the upper and lower dentures
don't do that.
Will be included, as well as a brass opening device. The site also states that the dentures were once on display at the Baseball Hall of Fame. I wonder how the auction house got a hold of them.
I wonder why anyone would want them.
Originally,
somebody will.
Originally, where's that old-time music? Daggone it. Originally sourced from the collection of Cobb's biographer, Al Stump. Originally sourced from the collection of Cobb's biographer, Al Stump, our co-signer acquired them in the famous Barry Halper sale.
Hey, babe, they got some horny whores in this place. Come on in. Big Spiderbeck's playing.
Barry's owned them ever since. At one point, Cobb's famous Jaws were loaned to the Baseball Hall of Fame, where they were on display in the Museum of Cooperstown. It's a one-of-a-kind artifact, they say. It's been preserved in immaculate condition since Cobb's death in, you want to guess the year he died?
No.
61. Great. Okay, we'll be back with more fun. Yeah, more getting along. If we were on TV right now, I'd just be staring at the camera.
We are live on YouTube.
Well, thank you very much, Ace.
Well, I'm staring at the camera then. You believe this guy?
I would not have guessed that Ty Cobb made it to that year. I would have thought much earlier.
He's too mean to die, I guess.
Yeah. And the judge, no home runs last night, right?
No, here comes the judge.
Here comes the judge.
Stuck on 55. Still ahead of Maris's pace.
My friends at HelloFresh have something great for you. Well, first of all, HelloFresh, what is it? Well, it's the box. It arrives. What's in it? Fresh ingredients, already measured. They've done the shopping. They've done the hard work.
Great looking box.
And then you put it together. You can have more than 55 items to choose from every week from HelloFresh. What kind of food are you into? Maybe, what am I looking for? How about, what if you're a vegetarian? They got it. What if you want good old old-fashioned comfort food. Plenty of that.
Here's one of my favorites, the pork abracadabra. It's, you get all the ingredients out, and you make a carne asada.
And you
with,
go abracadabra, and it's done.
Tacos.
Ace, could you abracadabra his mic?
Florentine.
Off the channel.
This is an outrage.
What kind of food do you like? HelloFresh has it, and they've got the best offer ever because they want you to try it. And once again, they've done the shopping. You don't have to run around for 30 minutes trying to find the watercress with some complicated recipe. They've got pictures how to do it. They make it easy, and the food is ultra delicious, restaurant quality. And they've also got it so you can switch the proteins, change the sides. They make it so that you can make whatever you want. And some of them are super quick and easy. Get all the details at HelloFresh.com. You need this code, by the way, for very special savings. It's BTShow16. Once again, HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. 16 free meals across 7 boxes. Get the details. HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. You're going to love it. Kids are going to clean their plates. HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Coming up, new words in the Merriam-Webster. Webster?
Well, there's one right there.
Oh, of course, a Webster. You know what a Webster is, don't you?
My grandfather was named Wilbur, and they called him Wib. And I would imagine Webster wasn't too far behind.
Hey, the Webster's coming up to bat next. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of the Bob and Tom Show contest rules, go to bobandtom.com/contest-rules, or just scroll down to the bottom of the page and see contest rules. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Looking to buy a new car, but the looking part is getting old hat? Well, maybe you need to try shopping at Bob Bile Motors. Bob Bile Motors.
Hi. Just stop into Bob Bile Motors and I'll show you my Take a test drive and I'll also let you see my
That's Bob Bile Motors.
And hey guys, during Bob Bile's Celebration Bonanza Days, if you buy a car from Bob Bile Motors, I'll not only show you my and my I'll let you in the and after that, you're in the
Is that even possible? It is at Bob Bile Motors. Bob Bile Motors. Why the hell shop anywhere else?
Somebody get me a towel.
Due to pending litigation, Bob Bile Motors is suspending free hunt on Fridays.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, thanks a lot for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. And you can see the Bob and Tom Show on our YouTube channel anytime, even right now. Just go to YouTube and search the Bob and Tom Show. Bring. There we are, right there. It's there's Tom, there's Chick, Christy, there's Josh. My gosh, there's Pat Godwin in the performance room. All is well in the world. Again, check out our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search the Bob and Tom Show. It is just that easy. For those of you that want to continue to listen to the Bob and Tom Show, keep it here all morning long. Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with a look at things you may have missed on this Friday morning. Britain's new king is preparing to meet with the Prime Minister and plans to address a nation mourning Queen Elizabeth II. The Queen was only the British monarch most of the world had known and was a force of stability in a volatile age. The country began a 10-day mourning period Friday. Bells tolled around Britain, 96 gun salutes planned in London. That's one for each year of the Queen's long life. People around the globe gathered at British embassies to pay homage to the Queen. She died Thursday in Scotland. King Charles III spent much of his 73 years preparing for the role and takes the throne in an era of uncertainty for both his country and the monarchy itself. An International Crane Foundation official says it's exciting that a record 8 whooping cranes have taken wing in Louisiana after hatching in the wild. The State Department of Wildlife and Fisheries says it's not just a Louisiana record for the world's rarest crane, but one for any flock reintroduced to the wild to help save the endangered bird. The previous record of 6 set in 2018 in the flock that was taught to migrate between Wisconsin and Florida by following ultralight aircraft. Both flocks are being nurtured in hopes of creating a cushion if anything happens to the only natural flock which migrates between Texas and Alberta, Canada. And that's a look at things you may have missed on this Friday. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Bob and Tom.
If you irradiate poop, it will be sterile, but it's still poop.
You can pick your morning radio show, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Hello and welcome to Spit Take Theater. This week's Spit Take Theater presentation at the water cooler.
Man, I can't wait until the new episodes of Survivor are shown. I've really become addicted to those reality shows.
Oh, I am too. I live for Rupert. I love that guy. I've wanted to be a Survivor contestant ever since the first one. The locations they stay at are so beautiful.
Oh, yeah, they sure are. Hey, would you ever do Big Brother?
Well, actually, I've already done my Big Brother.
Huh?
I haven't done my father or my grandpa yet.
You've slept with your big brother, Dave?
Well, yeah.
Wow. Small world. I slept with your big brother, Dave.
What?
Yeah, he's cute.
This has been Spit Take Theater. Wow. Join us next week for another edition of Spit Take Theater.
All right. Well, that took a nasty turn, didn't it?
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Don't.
The Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Comedian Diana Jordan is here with us. Now, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Since you've been here last, have you had any augmentation of any kind?
No.
Okay. It must be.
I'm wearing the Wonder Bra.
Is that, are you kidding?
No. I just showed it.
Impressive.
Yeah. They call it the Wonder Bra because when you take it off, the guy wonders where in the hell you're.
Are the stars out tonight? I don't care if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I'm blind.
Jeez. Hey, this is Frank Caliendo, and you're listening. Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi.
And Pat Godwin just returning into the entertainment center. He must have gone out and gotten his capo.
I want to saw him right now.
There's Josh
waving, remember?
At the upside
Radio,
side
remember?
chair.
Didn't have headphones.
You know what? He's forgotten. He hasn't been here for so long. He forgot what we do.
Oh, how you feeling, buddy?
Oh, good. I just had a little run-in with the bathroom just now.
Okay.
Well, don't you leave the water on? That's what you
I always do.
Did you go in the girls' room so I
did.
can't
That's
go?
where I go. Not
Great.
your girls' room, the other one.
Well, sometimes I have to go in there because these are all taken.
Well, tough luck then.
Ace Cosby's here. Willie Griswold still has the COVID. There's Tom, and I'm Chick. Good morning.
Okay.
Here, let's get the show back on track, shall we? Let it hang out, baby.
Subtle.
Hang out now.
Hey, that Steppenwolf album was pretty great.
Okay. We
Push her back.
got a lot to get to here, but I want to go back a few stories. we were talking about the unveiling of the presidential portrait. The former President Barack Obama at the White House for the first time with his wife since he left many years ago. For the unveiling of the portrait, it's a tradition. And the portraits are very, very nice, very different.
Tradition.
But President Obama did speak, and I thought it was kind of funny. Here's a little bit of it.
I want to thank Sharon Sprung for capturing everything I love about Michelle. Her grace, her intelligence, and the fact that she's fine.
She's fine.
Very good, sir. Very good.
Very, very, very funny. It's a nice polite applause, but it's funny. I mean, that's a pretty cool thing. It's a nice portrait. Now we're lucky enough to have former President Obama here in the studio.
Oh, really?
He's freshly back from D.C.
I appreciate you having me. I would rather be here than anywhere else.
Thank you. Thanks,
And
John.
she is fine.
Yeah, she is fine.
Very fine.
We have a Chick McGee at the
But
Bob
she
and Tom
hates
Sports Desk.
fat people.
Could we get back to the sports?
Has made it
desk?
very clear over the years.
Very, very clear. Tom Brady says he's focused on helping the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win.
We'll see about that, won't we?
Not how much longer he's going to play or anything like that. Just he wants to see the Buccaneers win another championship. He says that's the only reason that he's coming back and playing football.
That seems completely understandable to me. Can we let the guy just focus on
playing?
Yes.
A new report now claims that Gisele Bündchen pressured her husband, Tom Brady, into announcing his retirement back in February. Apparently, as this story says...
That's what I want in my news, apparently.
She was on his ass to retire when he was playing for the Patriots.
Well, all couples have their differences. Look at Al Jackson yesterday.
Tom Brady Sr. also added at the time that his son changed his mind and decided to come back for the 23rd season, the path forward that works best for Tom and family, and they all agreed it would be okay if he played. Gisele, or Jizzy,
as you call her,
as she likes to be called,
has been vocal about wanting him to retire for years. But now they're saying she's his biggest cheerleader, and reports are...
they could be made up because you don't have to
apparently
list sources anymore.
They're living apart.
Yeah, maybe because she wants to be in New England or something, and he wants to be in Tampa Bay. It could mean nothing. I hate these speculative stories about real people.
And apparently, he's living in a sea shack.
What?
Down by the seashore.
Was he selling seashell?
And also, he's living with an old hermit named Dave.
Do you blame him?
And now...
It's got to be fascinating.
They have a dead whore.
Speaking of separations, we did talk with Al Jackson yesterday.
Yes, we
and
did.
He had moved out of his home. He'd been with his fiancée and allowed her to gather her things over the course of several weeks.
Find a new place to live.
Yeah, and apparently she did, and she, among other things, de-installed the ceiling fans.
She took everything.
For all we know, she paid for it all.
Towels.
I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
What in the hell's wrong with you?
So we asked anybody out there if they'd had any experiences like this. I have a stack of these. This is interesting. This comes to us from Tom.
Tommy.
Hey, Tom.
He goes, I was living in a nice apartment in, of all places, DeLand, Florida.
No.
What? That's an interesting name for him.
Why do they call it DeLand?
Well, of course, as you know, it's near to sea.
Oh,
thank you. My fiancée had moved out to live with the guy she was cheating on me with.
Okay.
Whoa.
She took the mattress from the hide-a-bed couch, making it unusable as a couch. She took the ice cube trays, and this is a new one, the batteries in the thermostat. She also took all the light bulbs.
Amazing.
Oh, man.
And Tom writes, I moved back to Michigan.
That is petty.
That is petty.
The light bulbs.
And she was cheating on him, no less.
Yeah, well.
Boy.
These
sounds like while in DeLand, he was living with da bitch.
Thank you very much.
Hi-oh.
Nice tag there.
He's thanking himself left and right over there, isn't he?
Because he's funny.
Here's a good one. This comes to us from Mr. J in Utah.
Mr. J of Mr. J's Menwear.
Hey, Mr. J.
I broke up with my ex. When she left, she took my dog and 2 of my snowboards. refused to give them back, so I slept with her sister and her best friend.
Oh, gee.
The high road.
Yes.
When they go low, we go high.
I got a stack of these if you want to get to it.
Sister.
But
That's got to go.
I'm with Josh in this. Could we just play the game? I don't care about
leave the
Mr.
man
Brady. Just
alone.
I'm sure he's a very nice guy. Let him play
Marriages
some
break up
football.
all the time. They're not.
Plus, a lot of this just seems like speculation.
There's no doubt that she's looked at him and said, "You know how many men would love to be with me."
Yeah.
What did Bob always say? Show me the most beautiful woman in the world, and I'll show you a guy who's tired of sleeping with her.
Except he didn't use the word sleeping.
I know, but that.
Okay, this one's complicated. You ready? This comes to us from PG. We'll call him.
Okay.
Oh, well, this is okay for the kids. Gather them around.
My ex-wife and her boyfriend stole my car and drove it out of state. Unfortunately, they hit an animal and totaled the car.
Oh,
she came back, broke into my house, and stole some other stuff. At one point, I said, "I'll put your stuff in the garage and leave it unlocked so you can pick it up." While she was loading her stuff, someone pulled up and stole her TV and stereo out of the car. Karma. These are
Karma's a bitch.
These are all so pleasant.
Where the hell did they live? 1983 Detroit.
Okay. Now we have coming up in sports. What is it?
What is it? College football playoffs. We're expanding. More teams. We'll talk about the WNBA playoffs. It looks like it's the Sun versus the Aces, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
And other stuff coming up.
Other stuff?
You're on.
I'm not going to read the whole letter, but in this case, she took all of the door handles. I bet she didn't pay attention. Why
That's a total pain in the ass.
Reading 9 different things.
That is really going to make
He
things
asked me
difficult.
to answer a question and then drifts on.
I don't care.
Yeah.
When we come back, we'll do whatever Chick said. Plus, coming up in the news, headline contains the phrase "donkey penises."
Oh yeah.
Plural.
And I had no idea. That's a big deal.
Oh.
There's a huge market for the old DD.
Ground up.
Okay.
We'll find out about it. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Think you know your pro football? Then play Pigskin Pick'em every week at bobandtom.com/contest. It's your
Hey, it's Josh, and of course,
Hi, Chick McGee, everybody. Your chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg for Bob and Tom at Big Green Egg. Each week, someone will win a Mini Max Big Green Egg.
it's the Bob and Tom Show Pigskin Pick'em, powered by the Big Green Egg.
Go to bobandtom.com/contest on the computer. And
Is that where you go? Are we eligible?
And these women talking about douche, we don't do that, man. We don't go to the beach talking about douche.
You don't?
You know? No, we don't. And see, I never want to see a black woman do that.
Mhm.
Because you know they would have her just acting crazy, just walking along going, oh, girl, I ain't seen you in a... Damn, Shaniqua, is that you stinking like that, girl? Well, you need to douche your nasty ass. There's a whole family of seagulls following your nasty ass. Damn.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hope you're having a good Friday morning on the way. One of our favorites, comedian Tim Kavanaugh, with a look at celebrity birthdays. Tim, by the way, is going to be at the Thrasher Opera House in Green Lake, Wisconsin, coming up Saturday night, September 10th. Also, later this morning, comedian Rafe Williams and our own Jeff Oskey with the news we failed to mention. All on the way. And don't forget, Donnie Baker on the road tonight at Zany's in Chicago. And Saturday night, Donnie Baker, September 10th, Palmer Arena in Danville, Illinois, right there on the border of Illinois and Indiana. DonnieBaker.com for tickets and information.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. Britain's new king is preparing to meet with the Prime Minister and plans to address a nation mourning Queen Elizabeth II. The Queen was the only British monarch most of the world has known and was a force of stability in a volatile age. The country began a 10-day mourning period today. Bells tolled around Britain and 96 gun salutes were planned in London. That's one for each year of the Queen's long life. People around the globe gathered at British embassies to pay homage to the Queen, who died Thursday in Scotland. King Charles III spent much of his 73 years preparing for the role and takes the throne in an era of uncertainty for both his country and the monarchy itself. No date has been set for the coronation of King Charles III. A protest against Uber has sprouted in Brussels. Hundreds of cab drivers from as far away as Switzerland and Spain clogged the streets of the Belgian city to protest the spread of the ride-hailing service. Cabbies say Uber has an unfair advantage over hacks. As in the case elsewhere, traditional cab services complain that the app-based Uber service doesn't face the tax burdens and regulations they do. And the images from the new James Webb Space Telescope have certainly been something to write home about. Now, you can literally write home about them using the new postal stamp showing images obtained from the telescope. The forever stamp dedicated to the Webb Space Telescope was dedicated yesterday in Washington, D.C. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hi, this is Nick Griffin, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
The Space Shuttle astronauts are halfway through their 7-day research mission. Endeavour is expected to become an orbiting maternity ward today when frog eggs that were fertilized earlier in the mission start to hatch. Now
we are scheduled to hook up with Commander Thompson. We should hook up right now, I believe.
Hello, Houston.
You're speaking with Bob and Tom. Hello, Endeavour.
Hello, Spaceship Earth. This is Captain Thompson.
Hey, Captain, how are you?
Captain, how are you?
We're doing great. We do a lot of experiments up here.
Yeah, we were just reading about the one involving the frog.
The South African clawed frogs. The eggs are about to hatch any moment now, aren't they?
Very excited. As a matter of fact, it looks like they might be hatching about now.
Oh, good.
You people might be the first ones on Earth to hear what's going on.
Well, great.
There they come.
This is exciting.
Some little critter coming out of there. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, God! Oh, help me! Oh,
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
I was playing in Miami, and RuPaul was real big at the time, and a lot of the staff was gay at the club, and they were going to go at like 3 in the morning to this huge gay bar to see RuPaul, and I was like, all right, I'll go. And so I go down there. I mean, it's like 2,000 people. And mostly gay men, and I'm sitting there by the record machine, and the ugliest guys there hit on me. I mean, ugly pimples, fat guys. I'm like, you know what?
Gay people drink too.
You were at 2 in the morning pool, man.
Man, he looks good.
Just the fact that you went, okay, I'll go.
When grandfather dies, life will be strange. When grandfather dies, my whole world will change. When grandfather dies, I'll scream and I'll yell, 'cause I'll be rich as hell.
And then I figured I didn't need to write anymore.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
Hey, there's Josh Arnold at the Upside Sidekick desk.
Hello there.
There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. I'm Chick, and here's Tom.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Thank you, Wolfman. What's going on over there at the sports desk today?
John Quell Jones had 15 points, 10 rebounds. The Connecticut Sun overcame an 11-point deficit. You know you can't stare directly at this team. They beat the Chicago Sky 72-63 in Chicago.
What sport is this?
The decisive fifth game of the semifinal series in the WNBA.
Okay.
Connecticut Sun would have been the first. You don't care for the WNBA? Is that what
I'm
you're
just
saying?
not aware of many of the team names.
Okay.
Much like most men in America, I would think.
I was like, is this G League? I didn't know.
Connecticut will face top seed Las Vegas Aces. That's right.
Also, there was an NFL. Was there an NFL game last night
for the WNBA title?
We've already talked about the NFL.
Yes, there was.
I was just joining us.
Oh my God.
College Football Playoff Management Committee, the CFPMC, gathered for 4.5.
Aren't those shoes that women wear?
No, those are
CFMPs.
Yes.
You know what those are, John?
No.
You never heard of those?
This was a Shelley Winters thing that came out in her autobiography.
Shelley Winters?
Yeah, she was hot back in the day.
No, yeah, she was cute.
She
but,
threw it out, man.
CFM. Oh, I do know, yes.
The last two words are pumped.
Right, right.
Me
You can
pumped.
also have eyes. You can make eyes that are this as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come.
F.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sorry. Where were you? Have we finished the day?
They met 4.5 hours yesterday at Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. They're expanding from 4 to 12, the college football playoffs. The goal is to sort through many issues and have a new format in place for 2000.
Well, the goal is to make much more money.
Right.
Many money.
Many monies.
Now, speaking of money,
Eddie money.
A lot of money at stake, of course, with the NFL. A lot of betting going on, a lot of fun. And Chick McGee has his famous Sports Picks show, the Shoe-In of the Week. And you can actually participate in that if you win our Big Green Egg Mini-Max competition. We call it the Bob and Tom Pigskin Pick'em. The first week on the books. If you've got your entries in, keep listening after the Monday Nighter. Someone will be a winner. You can get involved next week if you want. Chick, of course, also has a fantasy football team, the Guardians of the Commanders. Looking forward to your first week and see how you do.
And guess what time it is?
What time is it?
Well, it's time for the often imitated, never duplicated. That's right. Stupid World Record. A woman from India has broken the Guinness World Record for the longest time spent surfing a wave.
It's Indiana. This is my friend.
Nope, it's India.
Surfing a wave?
This is Christy's friend who brings her charcuterie after church every Sunday.
Lori Keaton. She doesn't bring me charcuterie.
Is this the one you said has the great real boobs?
Yep, very nice.
Ms. Lori Keaton surfed on Raccoon Lake
Josh.
in Rockville. That's what you said off the air.
Compliment.
It is a compliment. She knows I like her breasts.
She surfed.
Oh, no.
For a total of 14 hours, 48 minutes.
Now she's not going to call the show.
Now,
Thanks,
the problem with
Josh.
this is it's not what you would consider traditional surfing.
I knew there was a catch.
It's wakeboarding.
It's wake surfing.
Oh, well, that's not easy. Or that's not difficult.
Behind a boat. It's
I'm
wake
sorry.
surfing.
That's not easy is what I meant to say.
Yeah, but at first I thought, where'd they get a wave that long?
You should see her boat. It's incredible.
I'm always shocked by people who can do this. I just don't. The core strength it must take.
Yeah, so she was standing on a surfboard for 8 hours?
Oh,
Is
no.
her boat as nice as her boobs?
Stop.
Did she go to India?
She broke the world record last year, tripled it at 8 hours, and then this year she wanted to go 24. She ended up going 14 hours and 48 minutes.
It says right here that the 14 hours, that tripled the record.
That's so. I tried to write around.
Did they take?
No.
Did they take breaks? Can you get to go pee or?
I think you just pee standing up. You're right there. You're wet.
You are
Why
right
not?
there. Did you get that wet though doing that?
Have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never tried
I didn't
it.
know
She's
how much
offered.
Yeah, you're gonna get a little.
Yeah.
but I haven't had the opportunity to go.
So if you have a serious transaction you have to do, does everybody turn around?
Come on, Tom.
Well, I'll ask her when she poops in the water.
Fair question.
Does the wakeboarder poop in the
She's
water?
not going to call now.
It's
That's
hard
for damn
philosophy.
sure.
Well, it's
It's
just
hard to balance like that.
like to have
Those big knockers.
I like to have a bran muffin before I wake. That's all.
Yeah.
And I'm
Good for her, man.
Well, I used to have friends. Thanks.
Oh, we'll ruin them all. If you give
Oh,
us a
I
chance.
know.
I have a question.
She knows she's working with
it's just the one boat, so the boat has to keep moving the whole time too.
Right.
Yeah. The boat parked and her standing behind it.
She's
That
done.
wouldn't be much of a record.
Do you have to,
Way to clarify,
refuel, or do they?
Well, all of these questions are great. I have no answers
They must have
for
like
you.
a reserve tank.
They must have a lot of gas. that they put on
Use
it.
your brain. It's like the stealth bomber. It can refuel.
Mid.
Yeah, while it's
drift.
moving.
You find a place where you get to go downhill on your boat.
Wow. Is there video of these three?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you mean her and her
God.
And here's another one.
World record.
Good looking boat, and she's doing it for a great charity. So good for her.
Yes, she is.
A teenager from Lebanon.
Indiana or
Or
What
Lebanon,
did I
the
write
country.
there? What did I write? What's the first sentence? Read it as written.
Oh, yeah. A teenager from the country of Lebanon.
Thank you very much.
I guess you did.
There's Lebanon,
I knew you'd
Missouri,
screw
there's
that up.
Lebanon, Indiana, there's Lebanon,
Do you think I did it on purpose
Pennsylvania?
after the India? Never mind. He'd broken the Guinness World Record for the fastest time to identify all the national flags. 16-year-old Hassan Chop Daly was able to name all the world's national flags in 4 minutes flat.
Well, think about this. I mean, if you can have a skill like that, you don't have to. You get lots of time to practice because you don't need to spend any time dating women.
Beating the previous record by 6 seconds.
I hope there's a woman out there that just can't believe how sexy this is.
The teen said, "I will be back with many more record attempts."
Sure, there are some out there.
Yeah, but none of them with boobs like your friend.
Hassan's new Guinness World Record title comes.
She makes my flag get on a half mast.
Oh, God.
I don't know.
This kid, he can recognize the flag of every country, but he wouldn't be able to determine, is that a vulva or a sailboat? That's a nice spinnaker, son. Oh, no, that's a vulva.
That's sport.
Doesn't this kid have a TV to watch? What the hell's wrong with him?
Did he just do it? Why did he do it?
Why? That's a trap question.
I'll bet I couldn't do five.
Why did he do it?
Could you do more than 5 country flags?
Maybe.
Maybe Canada, the United States.
If you can't, why not?
Great Britain.
Because I don't care to.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't explain anything. Why?
Well,
why ask why? Drink Bud Dry.
Okay, thank you very much.
Remember Bud Dry? Okay.
I never understood the concept.
Nor do
I never
yeah.
did either.
Yes.
What was the deal with that?
I want something that'll make me thirsty.
Well, you know,
New Budweiser Sand.
You know, it was
Why do they call it sand? Yeah, two guys must have been drunk, and I've got an idea. It's a dry beer. Yeah, people don't want to have to take a chemistry class to figure out what kind of beer to get. The chick's upset. I'm not sure what it is.
Oh, no.
He's just waiting for you to stop.
Yeah, it's a long road, man.
Yeah.
You got any WNBA
We park
audio?
beside the road and we wait.
Rocky, this is what you farted for.
Christy!
Christy's been on her phone. Is your
Well,
friend
because my
texting you?
friend is texting me right now.
What is she?
Is she listening, or
Lori
wanna know.
says she can do it. She's going to call. We can call her after the break.
Okay, so we can find out what's going on.
Now, this is the woman that wakeboarded for many,
I
many
will
hours.
not participate.
Good. I have questions I'd like to ask her
Why?
about
Okay.
motorboating.
The first question, Josh's going to ask, why? Why did you do this? Why?
Oh, it's me that pissed him off.
Why?
Great. Enjoy 2 weeks of this.
Why?
God, I hate all of you.
This just in.
Why? What
This
did we
just
do?
in, a little tag for sports. David Duke just bid on the dentures of
Oh, my God.
Ty Cobb.
Oh, you had to go back and add that.
You know, you could enjoy this show or change the channel.
Yeah, you sure
We
can.
get some great quality sound. If you were wearing the Raycon earbuds, look at this. It's another love letter about the Raycons.
Tell us why people should enjoy
Why?
Raycon.
Why do they like the Raycons, Tom? Tom. Tell us.
Because they fit. They are designed because they've got, what do they call those little gizmos you put on
Gel
them?
tips.
The gel tips. Thank you very much. They fit your ear. They fit any ear. This is the beauty of these. They don't fall out.
Any ear ever made.
Plus, they're about half the price of the expensive ones, and they're twice as good. They're the Raycons.
Listen while you travel or during a grueling workout. Optimized gel tips. There it is for the perfect in-ear fit. Plus, with Raycons, Tom, you get 8 hours of playtime and 32 hours of battery life. And there are many sound profiles to tune into. They can noise isolation when you want to tune things out, or awareness mode when you need to pay attention.
So right now you could put them on and not hear anything we're saying.
That's exactly right. And right now, go to buyraycon.com/Tom. Get 15% off your Raycon order.
Would you listen to smooth jazz?
Buyraycon.com/Tom. Yes, for 15% off your Raycons. Anything else. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
I want to remind you that our guest pretty soon is going to be Tim Cavanaugh.
Why? What's he up to?
Tim is going to be in Green Lake, Wisconsin at the Thrasher Opera House. And you should see when they put an opera on, everybody's bloody, and it's just
that's a threat.
But it's going to be a comedy show tomorrow night at the Thrasher, Green Lake, Wisconsin, starting at 7:30. Information is available at, of course, thrasheroperahouse.com. We'll talk with Timmy. Also, comedian Rafe Williams will be joining. That's a very masculine name.
He's a very masculine man.
Rafe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Military man.
No, okay, we'll find out about Rafe coming up today. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
You mentioned WVON.
Yeah, that's where my dad worked when he started in radio.
You know, everything in the world is not based around Chicago. Did you know that? I know that. I was just trying to have a nice conversation with my friend Roy Wood Jr. I can't tell you how wrong you are about all of that. I know Chicago is not the end-all and be-all of everything. That's not true. But it's close. And what Roy doesn't know about me is that I'm a White Sox fan. And so he and I have some other things to discuss.
You know what's funny is that I found out from black people in Chicago that there's not a lot of black Cubs fans because the Cubs are on the north side, the whole racial divide in the city. And I went to Chicago and, yay, Cubs! And black people were just like, what? Did you just say go Republicans? I'm like, no.
White Sox are the South Side team. I'm a South Side guy. And I'm very proud of the ethnic diversity of our fandom. It's really good.
The Cubs had a black guy with a Jerry curl. It doesn't get more progressive than that. Have the White Sox had any Jerry curl players?
Hi, how are you?
Maybe Sammy Sosa.
How's it going? Sammy Sosa was a White Sox first.
Roy is he went Rangers, White Sox, Cubs.
Foot behind his head. I don't know how this. Well, I know how it started. Christie did it first, and evidently Roy has said that he can do it.
General manager.
Yeah, I can do this. Take this, Christie. This is me. Leg behind the head.
When I hear the snap, I'm calling 911.
You should get on the floor and try it.
Hold my leg.
Okay, I got it.
And then I'm going to go under. No, that ain't. Okay. No. Whew. Stretch my ass.
I don't think that qualifies as a success.
How about putting my leg behind your head?
Well, now it's gotten.
That
could work.
We could work that out. Probably. Work it out. I mean, my leg behind your head.
No.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
Hello and welcome to Spit Take Theatre. This week's Spit Take Theatre presentation, The Important Meeting.
Hello, Jenkins here.
Yeah, Mr. Jenkins, this is Phil Johnson.
Phil, glad you called.
Good morning. I'm not going to be able to make it into work today. I'm sick.
You what?
I'm sorry. I just can't make it into work today. I'm sick.
No, Johnson, listen. I got a phone call last night.
Yeah?
I talked to the client.
Uh-huh.
Today's the big presentation.
Today?
Yeah, today. It's going to be big.
Oh, I can't make it into work today. I'm sick.
Johnson, this is the big presentation. Besides that, frankly, you don't sound sick to me.
Oh, yeah? I'm sleeping with my dad. Is that sick enough for you?
This has been Spit Take Theatre. Join us next week for another edition of Spit Take Theatre.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives. And it's here on the internet. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Well, you know how high school sports teams always end the season with a banquet?
Yeah.
I think they should have done that with World War II. So here it is, the World War II victory celebration.
Okay.
Thank you. I hope everyone enjoyed dinner. Sorry the sushi was accidentally cooked. It's from Nagasaki.
Hilarious.
Hey, we told the Japanese they didn't need to bring anything, but apparently they wanted to surprise us. Again. I don't get it, France. How could you be that unprepared for the Germans? I knew they were up to no good when even during World War I, they were calling it World War I.
My most recent marriage was a disaster. It made the wreck of the Edmunds Fitzgerald look like a fender bender.
Wow. Sorry to hear that.
Hello.
And you remember Lord's famous line about gun control, more or less.
Yes. And the relationship taught me a lot. It taught me they won't sell you a handgun if you're crying.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
Pat Godwin's here.
Hey, chick.
Hey, there's Josh Arnold at the upside sidekick chair.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Willie Griswold under the weather. I'm Chick, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much. Let's see now. I look around the room, and I see that we have Christy Lee at the news desk.
Yes.
We're going to get to some news coming up in a second.
But we have a very special guest on the phone.
We do?
Yes.
Oh, is this your friend who's the water skier?
Lori Keat. You know what?
Yeah.
She's more than a water skier.
Sorry.
Sorry, Lori.
She's into water sports.
She's a world record holder.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Congratulations, Lori.
Thank you.
Hey, Lori, you made the International Newswire this morning. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Well, I appreciate it. I've had some of my friends texting me saying that you guys were talking about me this morning. I missed it. I was still catching up on sleep, to be honest.
Well,
I'm glad you missed it.
Yeah, me too.
We were only mentioning your accomplishments, your many.
Now, I'm confused. So it's a world record for wakeboarding behind a boat for a very length. It was how many? 14 hours? What was it?
I wake surfed. So it's without a rope, actually. And I did 14 hours, 48 minutes, and 45 seconds.
Wow. Are you allowed to take breaks?
Yes, I was allowed to switch boats. So I had a few minutes in between to be able to switch boats and start again.
That's because that was my question: is how did you keep the boat going?
Right.
So, and
I did a world record last year for 8 hours straight, and that one I did not stop boats. That one I had fuel on my boat and refueled as I was surfing.
Oh, and the distinction between wakeboarding and wake surfing is you are not tethered at all. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So you got to pay attention.
A lot. It's a lot of legs to keep in the wave.
Okay. And presumably during your boat switch, you were allowed a bathroom break, I gather?
Here we go.
Yes, I was.
All right.
I did. It was about every 4 hours is when I would get a break.
Oh, okay.
So I still would have to I would pee in between that because I had to stay hydrated for my muscles not to cramp up.
So are they heaving you bottles of water and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Any snacks?
Yeah. I did most of my food this time. I did liquid, which seemed to help a little bit more. I was able to eat more volume of food as far as calories.
Well, yeah, you got to focus, or you're gonna because you're surfing that wave. It'd be have a little mac and cheese or maybe some soup. might be a little rough if it's in a bowl.
Taco dude.
Yeah. Okay.
Your goal was 24 hours, Lori. Do you think you're going to try this again, or are you done?
I do think that I will probably do it again. I haven't made plans, for anything in the future yet, but I definitely learned a lot from this one. I was really close. There was just a few factors I didn't calculate into it. So it got a lot colder at night than what I was planning.
Oh.
And I didn't have enough warm gear to put on. It was a 25-degree temperature change, and I couldn't control my legs from shaking from the cold water. The water, my legs being wet and the air temperature being lower.
Yeah, you could do it in Florida, except tonight you've got the Gators.
Right. That's a little more dangerous.
Yeah. We've had a lot of really interesting Gator news lately, and we got another one coming up this morning. Once again, Lori Keaton is our guest. She has the world record for the longest time surfing a wave behind a boat. And it's a profound accomplishment.
Yes.
And you were doing it to draw attention to Wake for Warriors, a nonprofit that teaches veterans and their families water sports. So it's a great thing you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love being a part of it. So I fundraise, and I also host events for them.
Oh, cool.
So I've hosted 9 events this summer for them.
Wow. Now, do you do regular surfing in the ocean?
I have, but I do prefer it behind a boat just because I get to go so much longer.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then, of course...
Don't have to wait on the wave. It's already there.
You got the snacks.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Lori, thank you very much.
Yeah, congratulations.
Don't ask your
Lori.
friends about what Josh was saying about you. Okay.
I was just talking about your boobs.
I don't judge at all.
Yeah, no.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I hear they're terrific.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye, Lori.
Bye.
This is why we don't get the...
She's a great sport.
Oh, you think the A-listers won't come on here because...
You're going to talk about their boobs?
We're talking to Jennifer Lawrence. No, Jennifer, how about your boobs?
We have the First Lady on the phone. And
we heard you're fine.
Okay. I'm sorry. We are going to once again attack the news desk with Christy Lee. Christy, what's happening?
Well, Queen Elizabeth II, Britain's longest reigning monarch, has died at the age of 96. She was on the throne for 70 years. The palace announced she passed away at Balmoral Castle, her summer residence in Scotland. She is survived by 4 children, 8 grandchildren, and 12 great-grandchildren.
Is it true they think it's murder?
I don't know.
Oh.
She's 96. I think foul play has been ruled out.
Oh, it has.
Who knows?
It's Knives Out 3. Didn't you guys hear about this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
It was announced her 73-year-old son Charles automatically became king and will be known as King Charles III.
He's not old enough to be the president of the United States.
This is where I have a problem.
How old's Mr. Biden? 79?
Yeah, well, and President Trump was in his 70s, right?
Yeah.
And yeah.
But this would be, let's see, 18 and a half presidential terms.
Man.
I think she's met, what did I read, 12 presidents?
I think so, yeah.
Wow. She became queen when, Truman was president? What was it, 52?
Yeah.
Yeah, Churchill was her prime minister, right? Yeah,
she had
crazy.
15 prime ministers. Charles's second wife, Camilla, will be known as, and this is where I have a little problem,
I love this term.
the Queen Consort. It sounds like she's all...
Oh, side piece was...
Yeah.
You remember, all this stuff is made up fairy tale stuff. Remember this?
But
this is all completely ridiculous.
Okay, but if you're going to make it up...
Yes, we were born with all the money, and then we have to do this in the protocol.
Well, at one point, all that stuff mattered in terms of, yeah.
But if you're going to make it up, at least give her a dignified name.
Like the
Consort.
that is.
Well, it's all made up. Their name isn't even Windsor.
Why can't you just
Their
be
name was like
Queen?
von something.
Should be concubine. Something like
It's
that.
all made up.
What about Hooer?
What's wrong with Queen Hooer?
Wait a second, Pat. Hold on a second. I'm sorry.
What did you say?
Do you have a song?
Oh, we've done like 6-7 versions of this, so this will be the last.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, we're done here. The Queen was very much in charge up until yesterday. When she died at the age of 96, Scotland Yard ruled out foul play.
I see.
William's a heartbeat away now from being on the throne. 'Tis a shame if anything should happen to his father while they're out hunting alone. Whoopsie! Her Majesty liked her gin. Was it her undoing? Will Prince Andrew attend the funeral after who he's been screwing? How fast will they change the face of the money to a big-eared, gangly troll? Because Prince Charles is the king now, whilst Camilla Parker bowls and consorts. It's the last one.
Oh,
boy, the end of an era.
Yep.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. They'll have, 10 days of national mourning?
10 days of national mourning. That is correct.
Hell of a
She's now in heaven with her prince.
She'll be
Prince Philip, who died in
laid to rest
2021.
next to him in some...
Well, unless Prince Philip is sitting with his girlfriend, then he's going to act like he doesn't know her.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll use
I thought I'd have more time without
I
you.
wonder if they'll use that really cool hearse that he had. Remember that?
Oh, you went nuts over
Yeah, you
this
sure
first.
did.
It was like a modified Range Rover.
We talked about that
yeah.
for months. Yeah.
Super cool. It was designed just for him.
Yeah.
I wonder, do you think
Well,
she'll
I'm
use
sure
that?
she'll get her own, I would think.
I would think so, yeah.
Like a Rolls Royce or something.
Well, or a Bentley.
Okay.
They use a lot of Bentleys there.
What if they have an Aston Martin with a little tag?
Even that would be the best. If they towed her behind the James Bond car.
There you go.
And then in the middle of the procession, someone got ejected out of the... Camilla gets ejected out of the ejector seat. And an Odd Job shows up.
Odd Job shows up.
Oh, it'd be great.
I'll always appreciate her for how much grace she showed on September 12th. 2001.
Yeah.
She was a heck of a lady.
There is a bizarre September 11th story. Have you heard about this?
No, I haven't.
Oh boy!
But she was lovely in helping us heal. Really.
Well, this isn't going to help anybody heal. A restaurant in Virginia has apologized for its 9/11 themed menu.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
George White, a manager at the clubhouse at Aquia Harbor, initially posted the Patriot Day 2022 menu onto Facebook. Dishes included Flight 93 redirect crab dip.
See,
dip.
Right there, you go like, what on
What
earth are you
were you
thinking?
This isn't even,
Pentagon pie, 9/11 oysters, the Remember Teeny, First Responders flatbread.
You don't even want to see what they did to the Tower of Onion Rings.
Oh.
Remember you've heard that phrase, you go to a meeting, there's no such thing as a bad idea.
Yeah.
This is an example.
I haven't even gotten to the worst one yet.
Oh, okay.
The 2,977 chowder.
Wait a minute. The number of
people who died on 9/11. The menu was soon met with backlash on social media.
You think?
White apologized, saying, "My intention was to bring attention to that horrific day 21 years ago, to honor those who lost so much, as well as those who gave everything that day."
This crab dip is in honor of...
Here's an idea. How about a free lunch to a first responder? Something like that.
According to TMZ, the restaurant has since changed the menu to a football theme, chick, featuring Champs Chowder, Fumble Flounder, Touchdown Teeny, and Hot Defense Crab Dip.
Hot defense.
A lot of thought went into these.
And then, in honor of the Vietnam War, we have the Pol Pot pie.
Oh, man.
The Nagasaki Hellfire Wings, D-Day dip,
and the Ho Chi Minestrone. Enjoy.
How about no theme?
Yeah.
How about good food?
How about
like I said, you feed firefighters and police and soldiers and veterans and.
How did this? I mean, didn't somebody around this guy go? Wait a minute.
Whoa, that's
you know what? They may know him. They know his heart is big. He's in the. It was in the right place.
Right.
He didn't mean anything.
I'll tell you what. People love this Osama bin lava cake. They're buying.
Try that Mussolini fettuccine.
What a terrible idea.
That's unfortunate.
Here's an interesting idea when you're talking about war. Ukrainian hackers are reportedly creating fake profiles of women to trick Russian soldiers into sharing their locations.
Really?
Yes. Nikita Kinish, an IT professional from...
That sounds like a dish at a restaurant.
In honor of the Cold War, it's in the shape. It's in the shape of a shoe.
Yeah. An IT
you beat it on the table at the UN.
An IT professional from Kharkiv says that he and his co-workers have duped Russian soldiers by pretending to be attractive women on several social media platforms.
I have been catfished.
The 30-year-old claims they were
to death.
They've been able to convince Russian soldiers to send photos of them on the front. The hackers then determined that the images had been taken from a remote Russian military base near occupied Melitopol. Kinish told the FT that after transferring the information to Ukraine's military, the base was attacked.
Oh.
Ukrainian officials declined to discuss hackers' roles in the attack on that military base, but what an interesting twist.
All's fair in love and war.
That's right.
Yeah, but can you imagine you're the parent of one of those soldiers that was killed, and, well, the last thing that Yuri did was send out a throbbing dick pic.
Throbbing. Yeah. You can tell in the picture.
Wow.
It's a GIF.
Yes, it's in motion. Yes, it's that new Russian dating service, Spunknik.
You're killing over there.
Anybody remember Sputnik? Anybody?
Sure, yeah.
You got the Yuri Gagarin joke in there. We're flying here.
Boy.
This is fascinating.
It is quite fascinating.
So could they tell by the background of the photograph where they were? Was that it, or
It's
was it
amazing what these people can do.
Do the photographs, if you send them, do they have a geographical?
Oh, maybe.
Reference
maybe
automatically built in, or do you have to clear that? Or
I'm not sure, but boy.
Well, the Russians don't even know. The Russian people have no idea how many of their soldiers have been killed.
No, they don't.
They're keeping that conveniently quiet. Wow, that is an interesting news story. Coming up, we have a fascinating story about a vasectomy.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be strange. I'm going to tell you this because it doesn't make sense. Tied into a story about electric vehicles, electric Jeeps, the electric Rivian, and the electric airplane. Have you seen a video of this thing?
No.
Yeah, first of all, you got to make sure that the propeller doesn't go through the cord.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
How long does that cord have to be?
No, I'm kidding.
It's time to invest in batteries, isn't it?
Yeah. These things are so cool.
I might have to look into it.
And apparently one of the major airlines has a tentative, or I guess what's the word I'm looking for?
Prototype?
Word they're using?
No, they have an
conditional.
Thank you, Christy.
Yeah.
A conditional order for a number of these electric airplanes.
Okay.
I hope nobody takes down a power grid.
They only hold a handful of people, but it's pretty cool. And maybe someday we'll get to ride in one. I'm very excited about that. Also, very rarely does one open up the International Newswire and read a headline like this one. Donkey penises seized.
Donkey's thrilled.
Grab it again.
And the source on this, is it some obscure? No, it's from the Associated Press, ladies and gentlemen. On the International Newswire, a little bit of donkey dong news coming up. And we'll find out why. You can probably guess where this is and what is involved. It's usually some kind of aphrodisiac.
Sure.
Or a civilization that hasn't really cracked the world of science. I want to remind you of a couple things. Number one, we're going to be talking with comedian Tim Cavanaugh coming up. Tim is going to be at the Thrasher Opera House, Green Lake, Wisconsin, tomorrow. It's great to see Tim back on the road. Also, speaking of road work, Donnie Baker will be at Zany's in Chicago tonight. And then tomorrow, Donnie's at the Palmer Arena in Danville, Illinois. While I'm at it, Showtime with Mr. Pat Godwin, Willie G, and Josh, Saturday, October 15th at the Ho Chunk Casino in the Wisconsin Dells.
Are you kidding me?
I am not. And then it's going to be Lebowski's Rockin' Bowl, Washington, Iowa.
Look again, Lebowski.
Saturday, November 26th. And our good friend Greg Warren's at the Jukebox coming up next weekend.
How about that?
And Reno Collier is at I love this one, the Dead Crow Comedy Room in Wilmington, North Carolina, coming up tonight and tomorrow.
Cool.
What a great name for a comedy club.
Yeah, I'd love to get there.
Instead of, the Chuckle Hut.
Yeah.
Right.
Or the Laugh Hatchery or something. What do you mean, you got a dead crow? Cool. And by the way, a lot of response, both positive and negative, to Reno's most recent editorial on the show. If you'd like to check that out, it's posted, and I think it's still posted on our website. Speaking of that, real quick, the Bob and Tom Pigskin Pick, a great success. Hope you got your picks in for the first week, but you can join up anytime after the weekend is over, after the Monday night, or get ready for next weekend's picks. All you got to do is pick the winners in the NFL. You could win a Big Green Egg Mini Max every week. And you get to pick as part of the Chick McGee Shoe-In of the Week picks.
And a big prize. You get to talk to Chick.
On the air.
You win.
Pick against the Chicks.
How about that,
How about that?
It's all happening. Check it out, bobandtom.com/contest. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com.
Hi, everybody. Chick McGee here from the Bob and Tom Show. I want to tell you about the NFL season coming up. We got together with the folks at Big Green Egg, and each and every week, you're going to have a chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg during the Pigskin Pick program on the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hope you're having a great Friday morning. If you're looking for some live comedy tonight and are in the Chicago area, I highly recommend Donnie Baker. He's live at Zany's tonight. Then Saturday night, September 10th, Donnie Baker at Palmer Arena in Danville, Illinois. That's right, Donnie Baker playing the arenas, and you have a chance to see him live Saturday night, Palmer Arena. I know we got a lot of fans in Danville, Illinois, listening on 96 FM. So head on out to Donnie Baker at the Palmer Arena Saturday night. What more do you have to do on a Saturday? You got to do something before football starts on Sunday. DonnieBaker.com for tickets and information. Rolling through this Friday with you, comedian Tim Cavanaugh on the way. Stay tuned. Celebrity birthdays are right around the corner, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. Dancing with the Stars. Yes, you heard me. They're back. It starts September 19th on Disney Plus, and boy, they are really starting to look for stars. Jordan Sparks is involved, so is Jesse James Decker, Wayne Brady, Selma Blair, Daniel Durant, and Cheryl Ladd, who looks really good for 71, let me tell you that. Brandi Carlile, Ashley McBride, Kelsea Ballerina, Little Big Town, Trisha Yearwood, and Faith Hill will join Winona Judd on select dates of the Judd's final tour. Martina McBride will be her guest on all the dates. The Judds had planned the tour before the death of Naomi in April. Winona says it will be a celebration of her mother's life. That tour starts September 30th and kicks off in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And it's that time of year when the words pumpkin spice are on many of our lips, not to mention in many of our coffee cups. So it should come as no surprise that it's among the words added to the Merriam-Webster dictionary. This month alone, the dictionary added 370 words and phrases. Others included shrinkflation, adorkable, and subvariant. That's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Think you know your pro football and want to put your knowledge to the test? Then play Pigskin Pick 'em every week at bobandtom.com. This is your chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg. Just pick the winners of this week's pro football games and you could win a Mini Max Big Green Egg. Head to bobandtom.com/contest and play Pigskin Pick 'em with the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Kostaki Economopoulos, and you are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
When you need relief and you need it fast, eat a bowl of Sphincter Blast.
Hi, I'm Harry Kalanick Jr. for the new high-fiber breakfast cereal, Sphincter Blast. One 10-ounce serving contains more fiber than a log of New England birch firewood. Sphincter Blast. Some cereals shoot for the moon. We shoot for Uranus. Just say to your grocer, snap, crackle, plop. Tell him Harry Kalanick Jr. sent you and watch for my BMTV special. Harry Kalanick Jr. Unplugged. Sphincter Blast in the big brown tapered package. That's, of course, so the box won't slam shut. It may sound corny, but Sphincter Blast is hip, cool, and it's solid.
When you need relief and you need it fast, eat a bowl of Sphincter Blast.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom, 24/7.
It's time once again for people who suck at small talk.
Hey, nice weather we're having today, don't you think?
Yeah, it is rather amazing the cyclical manner in which meteorological trends manifest themselves.
Jeez, sorry I asked.
Join us again next time for people who suck at small talk.
Why do you have to get drunk to be an ass? Why do you have to get tight before you get loose? Why do you need a double before you get into trouble? Can't you get into trouble without an excuse? You want to get up and get out and get free and get crazy. But why do you have to start by getting stoned? Because, Pat, you don't have to get drunk to be an ass. You can be an ass on your own.
Hi, this is Bobcat Goldthwait, and you're
Collection.com.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, you. Pat Godwin in the soundproof music laboratory.
Hi, Josh.
Hey, baby. Chick McGee had to leave. The poor guy, nauseated. He was turning green. It was rough, but he'll be better.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, we've got Mr. Jeff Oskey sitting in.
That's right.
Good to see you, Jeff.
What's with your hair, man? You got dippity-doo in there?
I washed it this morning. I think it looks fine.
I think it looks great.
Thanks, Christy.
I mean, it does look wet.
Yeah,
Did you put something in it?
Maybe a little bit of creamer.
Creamer.
No, I don't.
Hey,
We put a lot of creamer mostly in Christy's coffee when she's not looking.
I just take my hair black, but
it's called pomade, maybe.
I don't know what it's called.
So you do. I knew there was something in it, like I tell. So you're getting those chicks' headphones?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was getting it all over his head.
They'll be all gooey.
You'll love it.
Oh,
Ace Cosby running the board.
Hey.
Good to see you there at the track phone hotline. Hot phone. Tom Griswold.
It's so good to be here. Thank you very much. Coming up,
Josh.
comedians Tim Cavanaugh and Rafe Williams will be joining us.
Rafe, fellow St. Louisan.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, cool. I've never met Rafe. We'll find out.
Good man.
Pretty masculine name.
Rafe. Who's that?
Could you get that?
I'd be happy to. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Oh, hey, Donnie.
Donnie, how are you?
I'm good, but I overheard Ace bragging about his fantasy lineup again.
Oh, it's a fantasy? Yeah.
God. Hey, it's just my opinion, but Ace, way too many dudes, man. You know? I swear to God, like the kids say, you do you. But anyways, Number one on my fantasy team's got to be Tawny Katane.
All right.
That chick from the All Them White Steak videos, remember? Yeah, I think she actually ended up marrying David Coverdale's.
Really?
Yeah. Which, side note, what was he thinking? Everybody knows you don't marry your video hose or your side piece. No?
I know some other people that did that.
Quick nub rub behind the dumpster, then put them in a cab.
Yeah.
You ever see Tupac marry some chick from his videos? No.
Well.
For my number 2 pick, I'm going with the tailback. Joshua like Itson. Porn star Bella Dangers.
Who's that?
I have no
Bella
idea.
Danger's quite popular. Yeah, she's.
Yeah, and being that her specialty's number 2, that's a perfect spot for her on my roster.
She likes the back.
Hey, Tom, Josh, I'll tell you, from the videos we've seen at the library, Adela's in most danger of not being able to sit down for the next I swear to God. Next on my fantasy roster, I'll probably go for a set of sisters with a good backfield, like them 2 hot Kardashian twins. And not the horse face one. Or maybe I'll go old school and pick one of the Mandrell sisters.
Oh, they were pretty good.
Speaking of old school, I'd have to pick up Farrah Fawcett's too. She's been on my fantasy team and my spank bank since I first started back in the minor league. And I had a poster of her showing them meat bullets on my ball back when I was growing up.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yes.
Fire ass hot. Looked like somebody hammered their thumb. Oh, finally for my tight end, I'll choose none other than the fire ass hot Christy Lee.
Oh.
There's no Tyler in on the market, if you ask me.
And she's alive.
Yeah.
Unlike.
Well, I'm getting emotional talking about it.
Oh, thanks, Johnny.
Donnie Baker just don't put a baby in anyone. Speaking of which, Christy, I'm still waiting on your child support check for Woofy.
What is it? It's the 9th. Okay.
Well,
it's on
I'm
its
not
way.
counting, but you're 9 days late, and my OnlyFans bill ain't going to pay itself. Here comes Woofy's bus now. Hang on. Hey, I packed you a Go-Gurt and a Red Bull. Go!
Thanks, Donnie.
Ah, boy.
Did I mention Donnie's at Zany's in Chicago tonight?
All right.
Cool.
And then tomorrow, Donnie Baker live in person at the Palmer Arena in Danville, Illinois.
Cool.
Nice.
Very, very exciting stuff. And Reno Collier, once again at the Dead Crow Comedy Room in Wilmington, North Carolina. So we've got some great live comedy out there this weekend. We've already covered most of sports. Is that correct?
We covered all the sports.
Okay. And we have comedian Tim Cavanaugh coming up. Comedian Rafe Williams coming up. You know Rafe?
I do, yeah.
I don't know Rafe.
Oh, very nice
Has he been here before?
He's not.
Oh, good.
So, yeah, we'll have to treat him as
I'll
we
be
treat
very
everybody.
nice.
But a name like Rafe, that's very macho.
Yeah.
He's a macho guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is he?
Perfect.
Yeah, ex-military. Well, he's a military man.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I forget exactly what branch, but he'll tell us.
Okay, good. Christy Lee, once again at the news. What have you got over there?
Well, I have a story for Josh, especially, Tom too. But Merriam-Webster has added some new terms.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I know. They have 370 new entries, words or phrases like ICYMI.
ICYMI, in case you missed it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now we're doing this.
That isn't a word.
That isn't a word. This should not be in the dictionary.
That's a texting thing.
That's right.
I mean, it's okay to have it in, but it's not a word per se.
FWIW.
FWIW. For your information.
Isn't that on right after NCIS?
Yeah.
What's the second?
It's short for FWIW.
I have FW. I'm sorry.
It's the name of a famous Buffalo Springfield song.
Oh, for what it's worth.
Yeah. Boy, how'd you get that?
The Buffalo Springfield thing helped. Yeah.
That's again. These aren't even words. This is stuff just for texting.
I got a text yesterday from my daughter. WYD.
WYD.
What you doing?
Yeah. I didn't know. I kind of had to sit there and go, what the hell?
I got one from my 9-year-old. WTF?
She's a Mark Maron fan.
I got one from my grandma. DTF?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Should I be disturbed?
I got that same one from your grandma.
Did you get the same picture?
Yeah.
Those things are huge.
Also among
and low.
And underground.
What about yeet?
Oh, yeah. My
Spell
son says that. I hate it.
YEET.
Is it an acronym that people say out? Or?
It can be two different things.
Very good.
One is if you just throw something, you yeeted it. Mm-hmm. Or it can just be like something good happened. You're like, yeet.
All right.
He is right on the money. As an injection used to express surprise, approval, or excited enthusiasm, or as a verb to throw, especially with force, without regard for the thing being thrown.
Hey, you didn't have to yeet that beer right at me. When I had
exactly.
Yeah.
So,
I yeeted it.
in last night's game, the football yeeted to the wrong team several times by Los Angeles quarterback Matt Stafford.
Once again, these are new items in the Merriam-Webster dictionary.
I honestly don't mind yeet being put in.
I haven't heard yeet.
I had neither.
Yeah, I've heard it a lot.
Really?
Yeah, you have a young son.
Yep.
Kids.
My kids say slay all the time. That's the new
Slay.
word.
Context.
Slays.
Slay. Oh, man, that's slay. Mom, you slay. Like, it's cool. It's a good thing, but...
Like you're killing it?
Yeah. Or like if you're wearing something, oh, that's slay. You
Oh,
know?
all right.
Mm-hmm.
He slayed this erection.
I don't think that's how
Not
they
you,
use
Christy. I
it.
meant it.
Right. He didn't mean you. Your daughter. No, not your daughter. He meant...
They're over 20. It's okay. Sus. S-U-S.
That's suspect?
Or suspicious.
Okay.
Side hustle.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
We know that one.
is.
That's a big one.
The side hustle is the mistress would be the...
No, that's side piece. That's different.
This is a work
sorry.
thing. Getting extra money.
Right.
Oh, side
Sus
hustle.
should not be... Because it's just short for words that are already in the dictionary.
Right. Side hustle is work that you do, like a part-time job.
No,
on
so
top of your
if you're
primary.
hooking on the side just on weekends.
Yeah, okay.
Then you side piece.
Here's one we've used for years, MacGyver. Gonna MacGyver that thing?
Right. Makes
Wow, that's actually become...
In the dictionary.
Okay.
It's a word.
Made it in.
And our favorite this time of year, pumpkin spice.
Well,
that's two words.
But first of all, why is that even... If you don't know what that means.
Yeah, exactly.
I said they added new terms and words.
All
A
right.
mixture of usually cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, cloves, and other.
Do people walk into Starbucks going, excuse me, what flavor is the pumpkin spice?
Yeah, what is that? Like
I'll just look it up in the dictionary.
That's not like a mushroom and Swiss, is it?
No. Is that salty or sweet? What is that?
Do they ever take any words out? Or do they put...
I don't know.
do
That's
they
a good
put
question.
Dated, or now means the opposite of what it meant?
It might say like from 1820.
They have slang. They'll have, slang. Yeah, so they will. Right.
Because
what words would be taken out of a dictionary these days?
Well, there's a lot of politically incorrect.
I can tell you, yeah.
I say them all.
No.
Now, when I saw this, I decided to look up something different. I just looked up a handful of old-fashioned insults.
Yeah.
How about this one? Hey, man, he's an afternoon farmer.
Oh.
Well, it means he's lazy.
Yeah. Doesn't get up.
Doesn't get up. Falls behind.
Sure.
I love these.
How about this one? He's all hat and no cattle.
That's brilliant.
He's all hat and no cattle, so he's not very bright.
So he's full of shit. He's just showy. He's
Full
phony.
of,
Phony.
Yeah.
Just wears the hat.
And that could be kind of a thing for a lot of country musicians.
Absolutely, yeah.
All hat and no cattle. Well, I worked the range in Queens.
Right.
He's a poser.
Poser, that's good.
Yeah. I never heard of this one. A blunderbuss?
Well, the original noun is a gun. It's the old-fashioned gun that has that giant, like almost looks like a trumpet at the end. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Huh.
And we'll get some of these are pretty cool. One of them was used in a famous Bob and Tom show piece. Chucklehead.
Oh, yeah.
I heard that in a while. When we come back, we're going to be hooking up pretty soon with comedians Tim Cavanaugh and Rafe Williams. Looking forward to meeting Rafe. And once again, in the news, I'm going to read you the whole headline. Donkey penises seized. Pictures of very, very pleased donkey. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Yes, I have been doing lots of research, and now if you tell me who your favorite band is or what your favorite movie is or even what your favorite book is, I can tell you what you are saying about yourself.
Okay, Christy, can we start with you? Do you mind? Christy,
right,
Christy.
My favorite movie.
Road-
band,
is it
no
Roadhouse, did
movie.
we say?
Not Roadhouse.
Okay,
That's
not
the movie
Roadhouse.
that you can't turn away from.
Favorite movie?
No.
My favorite movie.
Yes.
Breakfast at Tiffany with
Oh,
Audrey
my
Hepburn.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
boy, that's going to be a really mean one for me to start out on. I can
Ooh.
tell you what you're saying about yourself is I'm not nearly as cute as I think I am. That's what that says about you. It's awful. It's
okay.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I hate to start off on such a mean note.
I got you.
How about your favorite band, Christy?
Say Michael Bubble or
Can I
whatever.
say
the hell-
Maroon 5?
Sure,
Maroon
go ahead.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. If your favorite band is Maroon 5, what you're saying about yourself is, man, 10% off every purchase? This Gap credit card was the best decision ever.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's a
cow.
good day's work, everybody.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, hope you were tuned in earlier this week. A couple of folks have stopped by. You might be interested in hearing more from Jess Hooker and Jessica Alsman, both part of the Bits and Pieces podcast, as well as Willie Griswold and our producer Jason Hoffset's behind the scenes. They dive into the Bob and Tom archives and discuss some of their favorite bits and pieces from the Bob and Tom Show. It's a great podcast for those of you that are longtime listeners of the show and want some behind-the-scenes extra information about certain bits or comedians. And it's also a great listen for those of you that are just joining the Bob and Tom Show and wondering, what the heck is going on? Who are these people? How far back does this go? I want to dive into the archives, and the Bits and Pieces podcast allows you to do just that. bobandtom.com/podcast. Did I mention you can download it for free, as well as several other podcasts there lurking and waiting for you. A great way to fill your weekend with some extra Bob and Tom content. bobandtom.com/podcasts. And again, they are free to download and free to listen to and free to fill your heart with joy. You're welcome. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with a look at things you may have missed on this Friday morning. Britain's new king is preparing to meet with the Prime Minister and plans to address a nation mourning Queen Elizabeth II. The Queen was only the British monarch most of the world had known and was a force of stability in a volatile age. The country began a 10-day mourning period Friday. Bells tolled around Britain, 96 gun salutes planned in London. That's one for each year of the Queen's long life. People around the globe gathered at British embassies to pay homage to the Queen. She died Thursday in Scotland. King Charles III spent much of his 73 years preparing for the role and takes the throne in an era of uncertainty for both his country and the monarchy itself. An International Crane Foundation official says it's exciting that a record 8 whooping cranes have taken wing in Louisiana after hatching in the wild. The State Department of Wildlife and Fisheries says it's not just a Louisiana record for the world's rarest crane, but one for any flock reintroduced to the wild to help save the endangered bird. The previous record of 6 set in 2018 in the flock that was taught to migrate between Wisconsin and Florida by following ultralight aircraft. Both flocks are being nurtured in hopes of creating a cushion if anything happens to the only natural flock which migrates between Texas and Alberta, Canada. And that's a look at things you may have missed on this Friday. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Ed Septic from Ed Septic Plumbing and Supply.
Oh, Ed, I'm so glad that you're calling.
I just wanted to call right quick and let your listeners know that I'm currently running a $49.99 Turd-tastic Blowout Spectacular.
Wow.
I know what you fellas are thinking. Ed Septic, how can you do it so cheaply? Well, first of all, I am not licensed, I am not bonded, nor am I insured. And if you act right now for additional $19.99, I won't let things go anywhere when your wife comes on to me.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, I'm Bert.
And I'm Ellie.
And we're proud to announce our new breakfast treat, Bert and Ellie's Muffin.
The Bert and Ellie Muffin is delicious. But don't take our word for it. Here's our spokesperson, Eddie Van Halen.
Hey, thanks, man.
Hi, Eddie Van Halen here. You know, I love munching on Bert and Ellie's muffin. In fact, I was just telling my wife, Valerie, Bert and Ellie's muffin is the best thing I've ever put in my mouth. Man, this is finger-licking good.
I bet.
This muffin is so good. I just can't keep it to myself. I suggest you eat Bert and Ellie's muffin today. Pick one up on your way home, dude, or stop by Bert and Ellie's spot the next time you eat out. Look for the big pink smiling lips downtown next to the Y.
Thanks, Eddie.
I can't stop mowing down on this thing.
Eat all you want, Eddie. We'll make more.
Bert and Ellie's muffin. Come by and shove one in your face today. Hey, we'll leave the stereo on for you, and we'll turn it up real loud so you can hear it.
Tonight.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey, Josh.
Pat Godwin in the music room.
Hey, Josh.
Killing it today. There's Jeff Oskey sitting in for Chick McGee.
That's right.
Your headphone slide off? What is it? What the dippity do?
I like his hair. You stop.
Jeff's going with the wet look today.
No, I like it.
It's great. Look like Michael Jackson, except you're too dark.
All right. That is funny.
Ace Cosby at the Track Phone Hotline Engineering booth. Oh, they're doing his best Michael Jackson. I'm Josh Arnold at the Upside Sidekick desk, and there he is, our fearless leader, Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. Let's see now. We got a lot going on in here. Coming up, comedian Tim Cavanaugh will be our guest.
Ah, Timmy.
Little Timmy Cavanaugh back in action. And Tim is also on the road. I'll be telling you about that. It's the Thrasher Opera House. And he's there tomorrow night.
Are they going to thrash wheat?
He's opening for Gwar, I think.
Okay. Right now we have some interesting things.
See
in the
where
news.
I went? Yes. I went farming. You went heavy metal.
We have this headline: donkey penises seized.
Oh, we were done with those phrases. You didn't have.
Oh yeah, we can revisit that. I just wanted to get the donkey.
Okay. Authorities in Nigeria have seized thousands of donkey penises that were smuggled to Hong Kong.
No,
they were supposed to be
needs to be made clear that they're no longer attached to the donkeys.
Okay.
No, the 16 sacks of the severed genitals were seized at the international airport in Lagos.
Hang on a second. 16 sacks.
What do you got?
And what do you get?
Well, theoretically,
32 balls.
The official said the consignment was falsely declared as cow male genitals, but after examination, export officers discovered they were donkey male genitals.
These aren't cow wieners. Yeah, I know a cow wiener when I see a cow wiener. This is no cow.
It tastes nothing like a cow wiener.
Since launched an investigation into the matter. Apparently, donkey penises are used in China in popular traditional medicines.
Of course.
I wonder what the difference between. So it's okay to.
Well, a horse penis is like a jump rope. You ever seen one? I mean,
they are large.
They're big.
So I'm getting this correct. Then it's okay to send cow genitals to Hong Kong, but you can't
this is one of those unfortunate things like the rhino horns and elephant tusks.
That stuff's all
where certain civilizations, less than scientific theories about. Usually it involves erections and it's whatever you want to call it. Is I guess the politically correct term is traditional medicine. I prefer the term quackery, but I would be taken to task for saying that.
Well, here in America at our gas stations we have goat weed.
Oh yeah,
which is like a knockoff aphrodisiac that the truckers use.
Yeah, but it's not actually ground up goat, is it?
Oh no, it's ground up goat.
What?
I'm just making it. So my thing is, are there a bunch of dongless donkeys running around Nigeria, or are they just like? Do they take them?
I would think that they are. There are.
Are they just?
That they
raising a bunch
wait a minute. Wait, no. I'm assuming that
they're just eunuchs.
Do you think they're killed? Do you think they kill the donkeys and take their penises?
Well, it's a waste of a good donkey.
Do they castrate the donkey?
No, but it's the male member.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't take that off.
Sure you can.
How?
They
How
do it
would
with
the
horses a
donkey
lot.
Knock them out.
Geldings.
No. They remove the testicles. They don't remove the penis.
You can. Yes, you can.
You can?
Yes.
Sew that up.
Yeah.
It's called the Caitlin.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, haven't you seen a donkey squat to pee?
Have those donkeys been gendered? Who did this?
So I'm sorry. So these were bound for Hong Kong.
Yes.
So I can write a very quick poem. I think. Yes, I
know one rhyme.
I do too.
Donkey dong for Hong Kong. Yeah. So it's sad that they're. I assume that they have to. I think they're taking the donkeys out.
Well, they may be. They very well may be.
Do they eat them?
I bet somewhere.
Can you eat donkey?
They take them out first.
I bet they
taste
somewhere.
like ass.
I mean, I can't imagine. I can't imagine they remove the genitalia. I mean, and then because donkeys aren't they notoriously stubborn anyway?
Very stubborn.
Now you've got one with I can't tempt them with that. Old Francis the Dickless Mule.
One of the lesser Disney films.
I go see that.
Now we're to get letters. Donkeys and mules are different, you idiot.
You thought Eeyore had it bad because his tail was fake.
Hey, speaking of penises, a thick stone penis sculpture has been uncovered at an ancient Roman site in Spain. The phallus measures about 18 inches long.
An ancient Roman site in Spain.
Yeah.
How'd it get there?
Well, you see.
Hey, what's this Roman site doing here?
The Romans traveled.
They were all over,
Hey, it was very, very, very nice place to travel.
Which could make it the largest Roman phallus carving ever discovered. According to experts, the chiseled genital may have been carved and displayed to ward off bad luck.
Oh.
Really?
Or for 18 inches to ward off the ladies.
Yeah.
Emperor Dickus Humongous. That is, let's keep that thing away from me.
Where is Queen Episiotomus?
Now, Pat, don't you have a tribute to Roman penises?
No, Greek.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry.
Statues,
right.
yeah. Oh, I am a true man of the world. I stand here with my flag unfurled. I'm a gorgeous melting pot of humanity. But one physical flaw is such a blow to my vanity. I have a cute English nose. Like the Swedes, I'm the leanest. I have huge Austrian pecs. But a Greek statue penis. I'm hung like ancient art. That's what came between us. You like my Roman hands, but not my Greek statue penis. I'm no Norse god, neither grower nor shower. I have a pint-sized package like that javelin thrower. Go ahead, take a peek at my tiny little Greek physique. I have a strong Irish liver and a Japanese-like genius, a big American gut, but a Greek statue penis, salty Brazilian nuts, and a Greek statue penis. I have a Greek physique.
Thank you very much, Patty G. Yeah, and so the Greek statues, they said they had the really small ones.
Yeah, they do.
Because it was gauche to have a large one.
That was fashionable.
Mm-hmm.
Probably wasn't gauche to have a large one. It's just probably the kings didn't have a big one, so they spread that rumor out there. Meantime, I wonder if any of the ladies picked up on the...
Well, I've gone on record saying maybe they were growers, not showers.
Right.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well...
And that
That's
stuff's
a
cold.
thing.
That marble's cold.
Hell yeah, it
Oh,
is.
yeah.
I mean, they're modeling all
Marble
day.
will shrink up on it.
Yeah.
And the Greeks were confused. They didn't even know where to put it.
How did that start?
I mean, history? Yeah.
There's a reason for a lot of this stuff. A lot of requests for this one. The sad news about the departure of the Queen of England. And it's going to be King Charles of England.
It is King Charles.
This goes back a few years about someone who actually liked Charles. This is Tim Wilson.
I've decided I'm the only guy in the world that likes the hell out of Prince Charles.
Oh, really? You like
I want to drink a Budweiser with Prince Charles.
You think Prince Charles drinks Budweiser?
If he hangs out with me, he's going to.
Yeah.
Well, then he won't do either.
And I'm positive that Pat Carlini and Christy both despise Prince Charles.
Oh,
despise him.
He's a little strange, but no,
He's kind of a geek.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because he's got big ears and he can't dance well. But the man's going to be the king of England. He's going out with his old college girlfriend, Camilla Parker Down Bowles, the ugliest woman in England. So apparently he can see past outside beauty into inner beauty, which makes him one of them Oprah Winfrey sensitive types.
Yeah. Right.
He could be sleeping with every woman in England.
That's true.
He's going to be the king of damn England. If I was king of England, I'd be sleeping with every woman in England. I'd be knocking on the door. Fred, go to Home Depot for about an hour. King of England. Good to see you. How you doing? Doug, bring your wife over in a bathing suit. Go with him. Bring me back some pliers. King of England. How you doing? Good to see you. What's the fun of being king of England if you can't sleep with every woman in England?
Oh, God.
King David in the Bible did that. You remember that? His big sin? He's up on the palace wall. He looks over and sees Bathsheba, the new girl next door, taking a bath on the roof. Boy, look at the breast on her. Well, it turns out her husband's a captain in your army. Well, screw him. Send him to the front. Prince Charles can ride a horse without falling off. He can ski down a hill without wrapping himself around a pine tree somewhere. Takes care of his kids. Looks good in a kilt.
Yeah.
And he's got to take crap off his brother-in-law in front of 5 billion people at one time at the funeral and keep a straight face. You know good and well he wanted to reach over and bitch slap that brother-in-law. We hope that the children will be raised the way that Diana wants them raised, as opposed to the way that Charles. I said, hey, 400 years ago, your nuts would be a door knocker on the Tower of London. How about you head back to South Africa and run around on your wife some more? Sell trinkets at the gravesite. Get the gay guy back up there and play piano some more. I'm going to impale both of you.
King England.
King England. I've heard Candle in the Wind that makes my butt hurt. King England.
Tim Wilson. There you go. And it's all come true. Now, there is a King of England.
Yeah, there is.
Coming up, comedian Tim Cavanaugh is going to be joining us. Also coming up, comedian Rafe Williams. Right now, coming up, it's the Upside. Josh, tell me more about the Upside of Upside.
I'd be happy to. We all get gas. We all cringe every time we fill up because of the prices.
Gasoline, you want to be more precise.
That's exactly right.
Of course, we're talking
That's exactly
We all get gas also.
Sure.
Yeah, but you don't get
Thank
paid
you.
for that, and you don't have
Everybody
to.
fills up. Upside is the free, incredible app that you want to use while getting gasoline at the gas station. Some listeners have already earned over $200, $400, even as much as $1,000. The app, it's a no-brainer, my friends. Download it. Use promo code Bob and Tom. When you do, you're going to get 25 cents per gallon or more on your first fill-up. That's cash back, baby. It's real cash, and it really adds up. In fact, $1 million cash back is being earned by users each week. The money's out there. Grab it. Take some for yourself. Earn 3 times more cash back with Upside than any other product. This includes those loyalty programs and credit card rewards. They're all right, but they're no upside. It's available at businesses all over the U.S., 30,000 plus total businesses, including big-name brands and gas stations that you know and love, as well as some of your favorite local businesses. Use promo code Bob and Tom when you download the Upside app. I think you're really going to like it. Check it out. You're going to actually earn some money with it. Download the free Upside app. Use promo code Bob and Tom to get 25 cents per gallon or more cash back on your first fill up. That's code Bob and Tom on the Upside app.
Thank you very much. Coming up, comedian Tim Cavanaugh will be joining us. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, everybody, this is Jimmy Pardo. You recognize my voice from the show and my face from television. You are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Yeah, you are. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison. It is Friday, September 9th, and you...
Hey, it's Josh, and of course...
Hi, Chick McGee, everybody. Your chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg for Bob and Tom at Big Green Egg. Each week, someone will win a Mini Max Big Green Egg.
It's the Bob and Tom Show Pigskin Pick, powered by the Big Green Egg.
Go to bobandtom.com/contest on the computer.
Is that where you go? Are we eligible?
been set for the coronation of King Charles III. A protest against Uber has sprouted in Brussels. Hundreds of cab drivers from as far away as Switzerland and Spain clogged the streets of the Belgian city to protest the spread of the ride-hailing service. Cabbies say Uber has an unfair advantage over hacks. As in the case elsewhere, traditional cab services complain that the app-based Uber service doesn't face the tax burdens and regulations they do. And the images from the new James Webb Space Telescope have certainly been something to write home about. Now, you can literally write home about them using the new postal stamp showing images obtained from the telescope. The forever stamp dedicated to the Webb Space Telescope was dedicated yesterday in Washington, D.C. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian John Campanera.
Vin Scully is funny because he's one of these announcers that loves to read lips. Wait a minute, here comes Tracy out of the dugout. He's in the umpire's face. It appears he wants to take the ump to Fuddruckers after the game. You know what makes me laugh is Skip Carey, Harry's son. He does the Atlanta Brave games.
Sure.
I listen to this guy when I can't sleep. And Chipper Jones takes one on the outside. 3-1 on Chipper Jones. Don't forget all week long, we got the best of the Duke right here on TBS. John Wayne right here on TBS. There's a long fly ball. Looks like that's out of here.
I love that.
And you know, Harry's going, I can't believe that's my son. You know, Harry would get excited over the dumbest stuff. Hey! Check out the kid in the sombrero.
All day, all night, all Bob and Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
And now an important message from your friends at Frigamall Orthopedic Laboratories.
Hi, Brenda. Ready to go jogging?
Sorry, Christy. I can't. Didn't you notice I'm limping?
What happened? Did you blow a knee out?
Well, my knees do hurt.
What do you mean?
Well, we were on our way home last night, and Bob started feeling romantic, so we pulled down a gravel road. And today, my knees are really killing me.
Girlfriend, I've got just the thing for you. They're called Attagirl knee pads.
With their soft, cushiony padding, you can say goodbye to sore and scraped knees. Attagirl knee pads fit right in your purse, so you can take them anywhere. Perfect for a Friday night date or that important job interview.
Hey, Brenda, how'd it go last night?
Well, my knees feel great. But, do the Attagirl people make lozenges?
You whore.
Attagirl knee pads. Order today, and you'll receive a free head helmet. You'll love wearing this stylish tabletop helmet with its flat, level surface, big enough to hold his beer, remote control, and a magazine.
Attagirl knee pads.
Protective goggles sold separately.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
No matter how hard I try, can't keep my hands off my face.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedian Greg Hahn is here with us.
I used to date a girl 13 years younger than me. They chew a lot of gum. You know what I mean? They do a lot of young girl stuff. It's kind of annoying. You know what I mean? Like you'll be driving along, they'll see a car with a headlight out, and they do that padiddle thing. Padiddle! Padiddle! What? What's going on? It's a padiddle! It's a padiddle! Well, you go over railroad tracks, her feet would come off the floorboard, some superstitious thing like that. You know what I mean? Wow. Or we'd see a VW bug, she'd punch me in the shoulder. Punch buggy! Whatever! Punch buggy! Sometimes we see like a VW bug with its headlight out while we're going over railroad tracks. All hell's breaking loose up there. Spinning around, crashing my window, breaking everything. You ever been on a date where after a couple hours you find it nearly impossible not to say, somebody kill me?
Bob and Tom.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee giggling it up over at the news desk.
Sorry, I'm eating a mini drumstick.
Never apologize for you doing you.
Speaking of mini drumsticks, Pat Godwin's
right.
Oh, yeah. It may be short, but it's thin.
There's Jeff Oskey sitting in for Chick McGee.
Hello.
Good to see you, Jeff. Ace Cosby at the track phone hotline.
Oskey's been very modest about the fact that he's known as the Hungarian.
Yeah.
That's right. Not to show off too much.
There's a band called the Well Hungarians.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Josh Arnold here at the Upside Sidekick chair. There's Tom.
Thank you very much. Coming up, comedian Tim Cavanaugh's going to... Wait a minute, he's right there.
Oh, my God, there's a ghost.
Hey, how are you guys?
I see a floating white head.
Hi, Timmy. Yeah, my hair is all goofy. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you. Wow.
Yeah, I wore a black shirt today to contrast with everything that is so white about me.
Yeah.
Which is everything.
It's very Nosferatu chic.
Yeah. No.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Like one of the Thompson twins.
That's one of the first movies ever made. So isn't that right? Nosferatu.
Yeah. No.
And was it all about the nose? Was it like otorhinolaryngology kind of training video? No. I don't
with
know
vampires, yes.
Mm-hmm. Now, Tim, it's my understanding you're going to be at the Thrasher Opera House tomorrow night in Green Lake, Wisconsin.
That is correct.
And
the Thrasher Opera House, you know what? I wish I knew more about the history because I don't know exactly why it's called Thrashers, nor do I know why it's called an opera house, actually, because I'm not doing opera. Brian Hicks, my opening act, will not be doing opera. They say it's the best venue in the area, which is an opera term, but other than that, I think back. It's in an old building, probably 100 years old.
Cool.
And so I think back in those days, opera was kind of scaled down a little bit, and so maybe it was more like the Grand Ole Opry or something. I don't know, but it's a lovely place. 200 seats. It's heaven to work there. It's really great.
Awesome.
It's a great place to see comedy.
Okay. The name Thrasher doesn't seem to go with...
Sounds hardcore.
With opera, yeah.
See, when I thought of wheat, because you thrash wheat.
Or thresh.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I thought of thrash metal, kind of very serious.
Yeah. You guys did a lot more thinking about this than I did, and I'm working there.
Thrash comedy.
I'm walking in the building, and I'm not thinking those things.
Now, Tim, you're famous in the show for your birthday celebrations. Is that what we're going to experience right now?
Yes, and I would like to start with an apology to Ace Cosby because this is the September edition of the Tim Cavanaugh Cavalcade of Celebrity Birthdays, and Ace's birthday is in September.
Yep.
And I was working really hard to come up with a joke about him, but I kept thinking Ace. Okay, that's like in a deck of cards, and then the Queen died, so he's got to be in a special bad mood, kind of in a mourning kind of thing, I would think. But I couldn't think of any way to make that funny.
No, you couldn't.
That's eminently clear.
Clearly.
Why don't I start? I'll start the music. How about that?
Spin that magic.
There we go.
Hey, everybody. It's time once again for Tim Cavanaugh's Cavalcade of Celebrity Birthdays. I'm comedian Tim Cavanaugh. Turning 55 this month is Deion Sanders, the only athlete ever to play in both a World Series and a Super Bowl.
Cool.
He says that his role model growing up was America's first two-sport athlete, Samuel Adams, who, according to the label on his beer, was both a brewer and a patriot.
Perfect.
An ace and a queen. See, why doesn't...
The pieces are there, aren't they?
The pieces are there. I just couldn't assemble it right.
Maybe a joker?
Yeah, a joke. I needed one. Okay. Hey, the star of the John Wick movie franchise, Keanu Reeves, turns 55 this month. His unusual first name, Keanu, is a Hawaiian word meaning cool breeze over the mountains.
Oh.
His last name, Reeves, is an American word meaning two dead supermen.
George and Christopher.
Yeah. George and Christopher related too.
When you're right, you're right.
Born this month back in 1933 was country singer Conway Twitty. In 1981, he built an entertainment complex called Twitty City.
Yes.
It's true. Now, some of his neighbors wanted to limit the size of the complex. A big influx of people would be detrimental to their community. So they formed a group called the Itty Bitty Twitty City Committee.
Yeah.
Hey, this is sad. The late singer and actress Olivia Newton-John would have turned 74 this month. Although she was a glamour star, she never shied away from the dirty work that some of her acting roles involved, like being in Grease with John Travolta. Yuck. That messy lube gunk went everywhere. And don't forget, she had delicate down under parts, being from Australia. All I can say is let Kathy Griffin do parts like that from now on.
Ace Cosby.
Why mess up a totally A-list star when you can get Kathy Griffin, who admits she's on the D-list?
Yes. Right.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not making fun of anybody.
No.
Right.
Hey, turning 54 this week is film star Naomi Watts. She is a brilliant actress, which is kind of surprising given that her parents were not bright. In fact, they were like 2 watts. That's not bright at all.
2 watts would be very
light bulb
Very
joke.
low. Very low wattage.
Low luminosity.
Yes, exactly.
Night light has lack of lumens, if you will.
Yes, it was. We're going to keep going, though. I don't care what you guys think. Born 83 years ago this month was rock and roll legend Buddy Holly. After doing a show with his band, the Crickets, at the Surf Ballroom in Clear Lake, Iowa, he was tragically killed in a plane crash. A few years ago, I had the honor of doing comedy at the Surf Ballroom, and I could feel the spirit of Buddy Holly and his band present in the room. It was eerie. The presence was so strong, in fact, that during my set, I could hear the crickets in the background. Hey, it's that time of year again. NBC meteorologist Al Roker is 68 at the airport, 68 downtown, and 68 in the outlying area.
All right. Yes.
An annual event on the show.
Everybody's favorite. Author Herman Melville, who wrote the classic book Moby Dick, was born 203 years ago this month. His great-great-great-great-nephew is a well-known musician named Richard Melville Hall, who now goes by the one-word name Moby. As he explains it, the dick part is kind of understood. If you've ever talked to him, you never know.
I heard him in an interview.
Yeah. Turning 41 this month is Beyonce. Her exotic name, Beyonce, comes from a Spanish bingo word meaning B11. Beyonce. For all of you who are playing bingo at home. Turning 22 this month is Frankie Jonas, the youngest of the Jonas Brothers, often called the Bonus Jonas. Coincidentally, celebrating birthday number 40 this month is Karen Culkin, often called the other Falcon Culkin. To be careful there. Hey, celebrating a birthday this month is disgraced politician Anthony Weiner, who has just found a new line of work. He opened up a wiener wagon called the Wagon Wiener, which just indicates he likes you. He's wagging.
The wagon wiener, you see. The strong is the dong is the...
Now, a foot long means he really likes you. French singer Maurice Chevalier was born 134 years ago this week. His signature song was Thank Heaven for Little Girls, which somehow didn't seem so creepy back when he sang it. Born this week back in 1875 was German automotive engineer Ferdinand Porsche. He tragically died on the operating table while surgeons called around trying to get parts for him. Because apparently it's very hard.
I too have heard that.
Porsche can be tough to
I'll
get
explain all of
anything
them
for.
if I have to.
I said the Ace Cosby part of the.
All right. Can we do what? Can we do a couple more?
Yeah. I'd say big finish here would be appropriate.
All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. Turning 70 this week is Chrissy Hind of the Pretenders.
Oh.
She was born in Akron, Ohio, which is nicknamed the Rubber City. The fact that she was conceived there serves as a great reminder that condoms are not 100% effective. See, that's a closer.
Sure.
Because it's educational, too. It's got a message.
That's what we call infotainment. Yes.
Yeah, I love the Sam Adams line.
I do too.
That is, how did you ever think of
Excellent.
that?
Brilliant.
That is great. Tim Kavanaugh.
Let me sign off.
Oh, sorry.
here.
Go ahead. You want me to
that
play?
wraps up another edition of Tim Kavanaugh's Cavalcade of Celebrity Birthdays. Till next time, remember, who needs a calendar when you've got a Kavanaugh?
All right.
Tim, some great stuff there, Tim. Very good, very good. And we'll give you
Thanks,
until
you
next
guys.
month. We'll give you till next month to finally figure out that Ace Cosby joke.
There's a joke there somewhere.
Yes.
I don't know. I've been thinking about it. I can't come up with anything.
I can't come up with it.
Let's see. You ever?
That would be a good joke of the day for Ace if he comes up with it. If you come up with it between now and my next appearance in October, by all means do it. Go right ahead.
Tim Kavanaugh is going to be at the Thrasher Opera House, Green Lake, Wisconsin. And this is one night only, tomorrow night. So go check out Timmy live and in person. Glad you're doing well, Tim. Great
Yes,
stuff.
good
Thank
to
you
see
so
you,
much.
Doug.
Yeah, love you, man.
Thanks, guys.
See you, buddy.
Great to see you
Have
guys.
fun.
Very handsome. You look
Wisconsin.
like my brother.
Does he? Your
Yeah,
brother
he
a
does.
little bit?
Oh, he looks.
A little bit.
Yeah, we
Spitting image?
we may be related.
Yeah, we talked about that before.
Oh, yeah. There is some.
My father's father was married to a Kavanaugh or something.
You have a Kavanaugh in there somewhere.
Yeah. They spelled it right,
It's
though.
scary. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
Bye.
Oh, we just lost him. That's good. Thank you very much. Cut him off. Boy, that is that Brewers Patriots joke. That is rock solid. That just fits like a glove. I mean, like the setup and everything. Right now, I want to remind you that you're in that car, you're in that truck. We certainly appreciate your listening, and our friends at Napa appreciate the fact that you got to keep that thing going. For almost 100 years, Napa has been known for having quality auto and truck parts and the expert knowledge that you need out there. More than 500,000 parts, and Napa helps drivers just like you. There are nearly 6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores and over 17,000 Napa Auto Care Centers, so you're never far from the quality products and the service, the trusted service that you and your ride need. So check them out. Our friends at Napa Behind the Counter know what they're doing. We call it Napa Know-How. I was just at my friendly Napa store a few days ago, and boy, they know a lot more than I do. And it was very, very helpful. Visit NapaOnline.com to find a Napa location and a great Napa person right near you. Once again, NapaOnline.com. Coming up, Napa's going to be helping us out with a special event. That's right. We try to decide what is the most interesting story in the world of news this week.
Oh.
And who knows what it'll be. We're going to find out next hour. And we have a very special visitor coming up, a surprise guest.
Oh, really?
When we come back. And then after that, we're going to meet comedian Rafe Williams.
What a day.
It's my understanding Rafe is a real badass. You got to be with a name like Rafe.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what Rafe did to that guy?
He rafed him all right.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Wait a minute, that doesn't sound right.
I was trying to go a different direction.
Yeah, no, he's not a serial rapist.
Okay. Just one of us, not a gang.
I think he just turned around.
he just turned around the parking lot.
Yeah, thank you, Pat.
Be right back. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Catch any part of the show you missed later today on our YouTube channel.
we got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
With us in the studio, comedian John Garrett. You have a straight job? I mean, like a normal day-to-day thing?
Yeah, I actually do. I'm actually a CPA, believe it or not.
Oh,
yeah, and
that spells party.
Yeah, it does. Most people think CPAs are hysterical. Yeah. No, of course not. We're dorks, big dorks. But and honestly, on behalf of all accountants out there, I'd like to say that we don't all do taxes. Some of us prefer to embezzle. It's much more lucrative. I read recently Willie Nelson wrote a song called Whatever Happened to Peace on Earth as his little protest to the war in Iraq. And my immediate thought was, why does he care? It's not like it's his tax dollar being put to use. I mean, I think the U.S. government should write a song called Whatever Happened to Willie's 1040. Yeah, there's a tax joke for the accountants.
Hi, this is Augie Smith. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, you need a gift quick for someone you love that's a big fan of the Bob and Tom Show? Well, how about going to bobandtom.com and checking out our link for our VIP membership? That's right. You can get them a gift of a Bob and Tom VIP membership, including the Bob and Tom Show commercial-free and on-demand with our daily podcast, access to the Bob and Tom archives, the album library, watching the live 9-camera video stream of the show each and every day. Again, find out more. Just click the link on the VIP membership to find out more at bobandtom.com. It's a great gift to give those who are huge Bob and Tom fans and want all access to all of the albums, all of the archives, and it is yours at bobandtom.com/VIP. To find out more about Bob and Tom's VIP premium service. They call it premium for a reason. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Josh Allen, 297 yards while accounting for 4 touchdowns as the Bills stamped themselves as a clear contender for the Super Bowl by beating the Rams last night in Los Angeles 31-10. U.S. Open, Iga Swiatek and Ons Jabeur will face each other in the U.S. women's final. Tunisia's Jabeur, her second consecutive Grand Slam title match. She beat Caroline Garcia to advance. And the number 1 ranked Swiatek grabbed the last 4 games to eliminate number 6 Arina Sabalenka, 3-6, 6-1, 6-4 in the other semifinal. WNBA action. The Connecticut Sun roll into the finals. They did away with Chicago last night by a score of 72-63. It'll be the Aces and the Sun for the WNBA title. Major League Baseball, American League winners, Minnesota and the White Sox. And your National League winners, the Brewers win twice, also winning Miami, Cincinnati, and Washington. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker, and the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like his dudes on Pervert Rabbit Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God, you can hear the show here in the morning, and then cause you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Hello. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. This has been Chick McGee speaking.
We had a guy die there.
Oh, that's right. I know the story.
I've seen some bad shows, but
now this guy actually died. A comedian named Ron Douglas actually died.
He died stopped breathing. Died.
He stopped breathing. Died.
Did he die in the green room?
He died in the green room.
And everybody went home and didn't know that.
And Larry Reed was there, and I was there.
And you didn't know he was dead.
No, I thought he was sleeping.
So you left him there.
We left him.
So you all the second show. So you all went home.
We all went home. So he's dead on the couch.
So you get a call the next morning.
We get a call the next morning. And Larry answered the phone. We were both staying in the same condo. Larry answered. He just hear he beat me to the phone. He got there. He says, "What? Who? Dead?"
That's Larry Reed.
Yeah. This is all I'm hearing. What? Who? Dead?
That could be the funniest thing I've ever heard in this room.
If you could do an impression of a guy with 3 words and nail it.
Who? Dead. And I've got this look on my face of Larry like, what? He hangs up the phone, looks right at me, and says, frickin' Ron's dead. That's it.
That was it.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Some like Bud, some like Schlitz, but for me, it's
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
On November 15th, 1864, Major General William Tecumseh Sherman began his famous March to the Sea. Sherman led his troops from Atlanta, Georgia, to the ocean port of Savannah. As he was leaving, Sherman set the city on fire, gutting 40% of it. Atlanta wouldn't be burned this badly again until they gave their franchise tag to Michael Vick.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
Hey, this is Larry the Cable Guy, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey, Josh.
Pat Godwin in the music room.
Hi, Josh.
Jeff Oskey sitting in for Chick McGee, and Ace Cosby is at the track phone hotline hot board.
Hey. Hot board.
That's
hot
right.
Board.
I like the
that
hot
board over there is hot. Hot board. I'm Josh Arnold sitting at the upside sidekick chair, and there's Tom Griswold.
You won't be bored when we get to that Ace Cosby joke of the day, which
What are we waiting on?
Is coming up. Well, there may be a little surprise here.
Oh, really?
In a matter of moments. There it is. Sitting in for himself, it's Jeff Oskey.
Hey, everybody.
Jeff has transported himself to another part of the building, I guess. What's happening there, Jeff?
I'm back in the newsroom, baby.
Yeah.
I got my tie on. Look at that nice tie.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Oh, boy. That is.
You might want to retie that.
The winds are not in honor of the Queens?
Yes. Speaking, we give you a lot of the news. We don't give you all the news, so I'm here to give you, the listener, the news that we failed to mention.
Now, here's Jeff Oskey with what you failed to mention news. Pew, 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 pew.
Like Pat said, speaking of the Queen of England has died. What you failed to mention... Good riddance, you old bag.
Wow.
Are you insane?
We left them. Like, did you guys forget? Like, this is like mourning and your abusive ex said it took 10 years to get out of the relationship is sick. And you're like, oh, I feel bad for him. I don't. Bye. Next. Gravy Wrestling is returning after a 2-year hiatus. What you failed to mention, not true. One morning last month, I wrestled Willie in the lobby of a Best Western for the last scoop of sausage gravy on the buffet. A woman had to call the police for help after she became stuck upside down on the inversion table at the gym while working out early one morning. What you failed to mention, sounds like someone needs to work a little more on their core.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. 137 underagers were found in one bar in Wisconsin. What you failed to mention, I bet that's the last time they let Glaucoma Greg work the door. Tons of cocaine were found in a shipment of baby wipes. What you failed to mention, and you thought you had trouble getting your baby to go to sleep. Oh, no. Okay. A 91-year-old woman completed a tandem skydive as part of her birthday wish. What you failed to mention, $10 says she really just wanted the thrill of having a man ride her from behind one last time. Maybe? Okay. A wildlife director lost his hand when one of the alligators bit it off. What you failed to mention, see you later, alligator, is what he said to his hand.
Really?
Yeah, he tried to keep good spirits.
He still had the wherewithal.
Goodbye, hand.
That's right. A goalkeeper was ejected after peeing in a bush during a match. What you failed to mention, ejected at the most should have been a yellow card. Soccer jokes always go well in America. An Indian man set the world record for the most fingertip push-ups with claps in between by doing 45 in 1 minute.
Oh, impressive.
Well, you failed to mention, I tried one of these fingertip push-ups with the claps in between. I didn't break a record, but I did break my nose. 2 more. A new survey says that 20% of Australians steal from the supermarket, mostly by keying in the wrong product when using the self-checkout. What you failed to mention, we're tired of working for your company for free. Yeah. What's next? A self-checkout at Jiffy Lube? Just pull your car in and change the oil yourself. Or how about you start letting us check ourselves out at the pharmacy? How about this? How about hire some actual cashiers or shut the hell up about it? We're letting you off easy at 20%, everybody.
Yeah, we didn't have training or anything.
Exactly. And we're still nailing it. And finally, a new study says that contrary to popular belief, smoking weed actually does not make people lazy. What you failed to mention, define lazy. I mean, it makes you a little lazy. I mean, and for good reason. Sometimes you're so high, you shouldn't be out in public. Yeah. You should be at home on your couch, chilling with your dog while you play Call of Duty with your boys online. I don't want to be behind high-ass Keith while he tries to navigate the self-checkout after you just got done hotboxing in the Target parking lot. Stay lazy, Keith. I'm Jeff Oskey, and this has been the news that we failed to mention.
Jeff Oskey.
Good riddance, you old bags.
Yeah, I was going to say.
If you're just joining us,
I like Stay Lazy a little better. Now what's the name of the news? So it's King Charles, and then Prince Andrew. Is he still a prince, or did he get demoted?
No, he's still a prince.
Okay.
And the queen consort is Camilla.
Mm-hmm. But that's a nice way of saying.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there a famous phone call?
About the tampon, I want to be your tampon.
Where Prince Charles, his great gift for poetry, said he'd like to be her tampon.
Oh, yeah. Yes, isn't that something?
Yeah. Yikes.
That's lovely.
Sounds like a Ramones song. I want to be your tampon.
2024.
Okay.
Did you ever write poetry for a loved one?
Yes. High school.
Oh, in high school? Okay.
Yeah.
What was the theme?
Oh, I'm sure it's off. I bet it's real embarrassing if I'd ever read it. I have no idea. Just something,
but not anything.
This girl asked me if I would write her a poem, and I did.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's play baseball. I like to bunt.
No. It was something more along.
I'll show you my nipples.
Along the lines of, boy, does my love linger. Under the bleachers. Oh, no.
Roses are red. Pizza is cheesy. I like my women just a little sleazy.
This is the truth. I'm not giving you a snow job. Something along those lines.
Okay, so the rhyming poetry. Now, I found this. This is kind of interest here. You know what this is? That's a donkey.
Getting his junk cut off?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's not a real donkey.
Yeah, that was the beginning of the song.
Donkey Bray.
That can't be real.
That is a man.
It says Donkey Bray.
That's Mr. Sound Effects right there.
Well, I was reading it because Christy had the news story about the illegal exportation of donkey penises.
Mm-hmm.
Just fascinating to me that this is one of those quackery things that I guess primarily in China they think that ground up donkey penis can be some kind of aphrodisiac. Why? My question is, they were smuggling through Hong Kong. Why wouldn't they grind them up there?
Grind them up where?
Before they shipped them?
Before they shipped them? I don't know.
I mean, this article, it says it was...
Maybe they need them fresh.
Yeah, maybe the witch doctor doesn't... He's got to prove that they're really donkey schlongs.
Yeah, because you know what? You could grind up anything.
Yeah, but it says that, this is the amazing part of this, it says officials say the consignment was falsely declared as cow genitals, but after examination, officers discovered they were donkey male
Could
genitals.
you tell the difference between a cow genital
And there's some training.
Yeah,
no kidding.
Okay, Jansen, I want you to tell me. Which one of these is a cow penis?
Do you think customs officials have to learn that kind of stuff?
Probably. Apparently, it's legal to ship male cow genitals, but not legal to ship donkey genitals.
How weird.
Wow.
And again, horse genitals, if they're sending the whole thing, like I said, they're the size of jump ropes. If they're like the ones I saw at Central Lake, Michigan when I was a kid in that 4th of July parade. My God.
That stuck with you.
Yeah.
Sure did.
It really imprinted.
Oh, my God. It looked like the horse was going to pole vault. I wonder if they play... a variation of pin the tail on the donkey with those things in there. You know, guys get bored at the shop, lopping off donkey dongs. All right, put the blindfold on them. Pin the penis in the donkey. Okay.
I sure hope they don't.
Well, it doesn't sound like they've got a lot of moral standing in any particular realm. Christy Lee is at the news. What have we missed in the news?
Well, researchers have found men are more likely than women to take financial risks after receiving positive news from a fortune teller.
Interesting.
Scientists discovered a quote-unquote significant link between financial risk-taking and positive fortunes among men. The link was almost non-existent among women.
That is interesting.
Smarter.
Yeah.
The findings were published in the journal PLOS-1. What the heck does PLOS stand for?
I don't know, but I mean, if you're paying a fortune teller, you're already not great with your finances.
Well, there's that.
Now you told me you went to a fortune teller.
That's right. Yeah. And I had no business I was totally broke. But I went up. I was in Salem, Massachusetts, so went in Rome.
Right. Now was she able to read your palms through the calluses?
First she shaved them, and then she was able to.
So you went to, was it a palm reader or a tarot card reader, or what was the?
It was it was a fortune teller, and she ended up not even. I don't remember. It wasn't any of those. What did she do?
Was
she
it like
just talked to me.
$40?
Yes, and I go, how much is it? And she was like, it's $50 or something, and I didn't. Like I was going to have to overdraft to do it.
Right.
And I went, oh, okay. And as I go, thanks, but I'll be. And so I was walking away, and she goes, okay, but I have much to tell you about love and money. And I went, I'll be right back. Like a total sucker. And she didn't tell me anything that very interesting or real. She was like, somebody in your life that you were in love with starts with the letter M. And I was like, no.
Mom?
No, they don't. She was like, oh, okay, well. And then she just went on to something else. It was weird.
Okay, so but this is interesting. That men are much more likely to take a financial risk
than women.
But based on.
But I feel men are less likely to go to the psychic.
They must.
Like, I feel like women go 10 to 1 compared to men.
I would totally agree.
I would agree with that, too.
I went to the one, which is why I moved all of my 401k into Dogecoin about 9 months ago.
Oh, good move. Yeah.
She didn't know what the hell she was talking about. Yeah, I lost everything. I'm broke.
Well, Dogecoin's not at zero.
But I love that new record she has.
What?
Dogecoin.
Oh.
Cat.
Doja Cat?
Wait.
No, he's talking about Doja Cat.
Yeah,
Different person.
whatever. Yeah, okay.
I'm surprised you know about that.
No, I know all that stuff now.
Really?
I have little kids. I have to listen to their show. Coming up, we have a very interesting vasectomy story.
Yes.
That involves electricity and the power grid.
Really?
Yeah. You're going to be pleasantly surprised. I mean, I should point out that nothing got burned except maybe the cauterization of the vas deferens, but we'll find out.
You know, there's a vast difference between the balls and the penis.
Of course there are. Yes.
Thank you very much. It's a little dusty in here. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Think you know your pro football? Then play Pigskin Pick 'em every week at bobandtom.com/contest. It's your chance to win a Minimax Big Green Egg. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
It's Cosby. Here he is with his joke of the day.
What did the judge say when the skunk came into the courtroom?
Oh! What did the judge say when the skunk came into the courtroom?
Odor in the court.
That'll be getting told in courts throughout the country.
Odor in the court.
Oh, man.
I remember the guy yelling, and now huge midgets.
What the hell is that?
Oh, yeah, there was just one after another. The bearded man. I think they actually had the talking mute. Hi! Man, what the hell is this?
How does he do it?
He's amazing. He's a mute, yet he speaks.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Might as well shoot me when the beer runs out.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
And a good morning to you on this Friday, September 9th. Hey, if you're in the Chicago area tonight and are looking for something to do, check out Donnie Baker. He'll be live at Zany's in Chicago. DonnieBaker.com for more. And tomorrow night, Danville, Illinois is the location. Palmer Arena. That's right. Donnie Baker playing arenas. Get your tickets before it sells out Saturday night. DonnieBaker.com for tickets and information. Palmer Arena in Danville, Illinois, right there on the border. And then next Friday, a week from today, my gosh, Donnie Baker and the Pork Pistols live in Louisville, Kentucky with the Bob and Tom Show as well. 4th Street Live. It's going to be a great morning. I hope those of you in Louisville next week will be able to show up and show out for the Bob and Tom Show live in your hometown, Louisville, as well as Donnie Baker and the Pork Pistols. It's going to be a great morning. That's a week from today, live from Louisville, Kentucky at 4th Street Live. You heard me. Donnie Baker and the Pork Pistols and the Bob and Tom Show live coming your way, and that's a week from today, Friday, September 16th. 4th Street Live, Louisville, Kentucky. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. Dancing with the Stars. Yes, you heard me. They're back. It starts September 19th on Disney+. And boy, they are really starting to look for stars. Jordan Sparks is involved, so is Jesse James Decker, Wayne Brady, Selma Blair, Daniel Durant, and Cheryl Ladd, who looks really good for 71, let me tell you that. Brandy Carlisle, Ashley McBride, Kelsea Ballerina, Little Big Town, Trisha Yearwood, and Faith Hill will join Winona Judd on select dates of the Judds' final tour. Martina McBride will be her guest on all the dates. The Judds had planned the tour before the death of Naomi in April. Winona says it will be a celebration of her mother's life. That tour starts September 30th and kicks off in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And it's that time of year when the words pumpkin spice are on many of our lips, not to mention in many of our coffee cups. So it should come as no surprise that it's among the words added to the Merriam-Webster dictionary. This month alone, the dictionary added 370 words and phrases. Others included shrinkflation, adorkable, and subvariant. That's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
There's
Al. Oh, there's our guy.
What are you doing? Working out there, bud?
Wait, whoa.
Yes, Al, the ladies in here are losing their minds
Yeah,
right
first
now.
of all, revenge bod. Second of all, did she
Yeah.
take your table and chairs?
She did, Christy. She did. That's why I'm standing up. She stole everything out of my house.
This is amazing.
Everything, Christy.
I love it.
Oh, my gosh.
Christy. So I stayed away. I come back and I'm on the phone with my best friend John. And I don't know if anybody's ever got their house broken into, but it takes you a second to realize how I walk in. I'm like, why is my voice echoing?
Oh,
that was the thing.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is. That's like all day and most of the night.
Friday, 8 p.m.
Hi, excuse me. I'm having a dinner party, and I've run out of coffee. Might I borrow some?
Sure.
Here you go.
A few minutes later.
Excuse me. Could I trouble you again for some more coffee?
I just gave you some 10 minutes ago.
I know, but my guests are really big coffee drinkers.
Okay, here you go.
Thanks. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
What?
Do you live here alone?
Yeah, why?
Shortly thereafter.
You again?
I need more coffee.
It's impossible.
Okay, but it is possible that you want me.
No. Good night.
2 minutes after that,
Go away.
Stalker's Choice Coffee. The coffee is so good, he'll come back again and again and again.
Coffee. More coffee.
Go away.
Some coffee.
I'm going to call the police.
You want it so bad.
I'm calling 911.
You want it so bad.
Stalker's Choice Coffee. Share some with a neighbor. Stalker's Choice. It's what obsessive-compulsive relationships are made of.
With some special guests.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey.
Pat Godwin in the Musictorium.
Hey, Josh.
Jeff Oskey sitting in for Chick McGee.
Get well, buddy.
Just telling that to Chick McGee. I see you're also going through your hate email from your. There's Ace Cosby at the track phone hotline hot board. I'm Josh Arnold, the Upside sidekick chair. Tom Griswold leading the way, and we have a special guest, Tom.
We do indeed. I've never met him before, but he comes highly recommended. From some good friends of the show. Rafe Williams, comedian, is here with us.
Rafe.
And Rafe, a commanding macho name. Steely blue eyes, a great head of hair.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah,
Listen to that smooth purr.
Yeah. And now, tell me about yourself. What's interesting about you? Anything at all?
Well, Rhodes Scholar and went to the Olympics in archery.
How about that?
Oh, no, that's Gina Davis. I am just a blue-collar guy from the middle of the Midwest, and I was a grandpa at 36.
Wow.
I guess that's a claim to fame.
Wow.
That sure is.
That is.
I got to do the math here.
Wow.
I didn't even have a kid till I was 38.
Well, you know what? I like to get things done.
I guess.
Wait a minute. So how old were you when you had the kid?
I was 19. And as most sons do, they climb over their father and beat their record, and he was 16.
Okay.
So,
wow. Grandpa Rafe.
Here I am, Peepaw Rafe. I was a 36-year-old Peepaw trying to make it in stand-up comedy, so you guys can imagine. That demographic's pretty small.
Wow.
Well, that is something.
How old is your grandchild now?
My first grandchild is 6.
Okay.
And
oh, my gosh.
He had a COVID baby because we just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And she is 1.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah.
To put this in perspective, I have a 6-year-old. I mean,
we're on opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Not as a grandpa.
yeah. And by the way, this hair didn't turn white on its own. Our guest is comedian Rafe Williams. And are you a military guy? Am I getting this right?
I used to be. Yeah, I was in the Army many moons ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, technically, yes. But I did most of I was always stateside. I got away with, I didn't do much, I'll be honest with you. But I'll take it. You can thank me for my service in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Just the name Rafe is so, I don't know.
Yeah.
Macho.
Is it short for anything? Raphael?
Crazy story about that, and I'll keep it brief. It was Rafe. My grandma threw a fit that it wasn't in the Bible. Changed it to Raphael when I was 2. My mom is still from a rural area, so she misspelled it. So it's still not in the Bible. They mixed the E and the A up, so I don't know. Yeah, so technically yes, but I was born a Rafe, and then to placate a religious grandmother, it got changed.
That's interesting.
Yeah. My mom watched a lot of soap operas.
Is that where that came from?
Yeah, we all got General Hospital names. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
My little brother was almost Ridge, and I talked her out of it. I was
Ridge.
Like, let's not do the all R thing, Mom. Even as a kid, I was like, that's tacky. You know?
My brothers Jeff, John, and Joe agree with me.
So interesting. And it's also interesting how occasionally a misspelling or a misunderstanding will end up being and then it's no longer a misspelling because it's your name.
Or how does it affect you when you have a Jan, a Jim, a John, and then there's Tom?
I kind of asked my mom about that.
May as well have called you Accident.
Oh, no, I was thinking adopted. I was going to go with that one. We had a news story earlier this week about the name Alexa.
Yeah, a lot of people are dropping that name.
That it's gone from
real popular to not so popular
because of the what is it, Amazon?
Yeah,
it triggers the Alexa thing.
Sure,
Amazon. No, but I mean, it was we mentioned. I think in contrast there was, similarly the name. What was it? Katrina.
Katrina because of the hurricane. Correct.
Yeah, here we go. It says fewer parents naming baby girls Alexa because of the Amazon Echo. There are about 130,000 people in the United States named Alexa, but it's dropped down to 1,300 a couple years ago from more than 6,000 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty name, but yeah, I mean, that's all people are going to associate it with.
Right.
Yeah.
You can change the name, can't you, on your Echo? Can you?
You can change the name of the device?
I don't think the Alexa is the device, right?
But can't you change your name and call her like Steve or something?
Oh, I see. Alexa would call herself Steve.
Yeah, like.
Well, it is 2022.
Steve, turn on the
Hey, Steve. Do you use Siri on your phone?
I do not.
No, I do.
I've never.
Did you call her Siri?
Yeah.
Well, what would you call her?
I don't call her anything. I just go, what is, 2 ounces of cream cheese?
And she doesn't go, I'm sorry, who are you addressing?
Yeah, no. She just gives me the answer.
Yeah, I think you can change her name. You can change the voice, right?
Yeah, I think. I've never messed with that stuff.
You can. Yeah, I know Chick has a British lady or something.
Yes, with an English accent.
Yeah.
Wonder how many kids are being named Hey Google.
Hey Google.
I think that's come down a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah. It's been a little taper off there.
Yeah, I was going to name my last one Powerball. Very popular. Very popular. So tell me more. Rafe, I just thought Rafe seems like such a kind of Old West. There was a Rafe on the Andy Griffith Show.
That's the reference I get the most.
Who was Rafe on the Andy Griffith?
He was like a crazy North Carolina redneck.
Okay.
But it was always love struck and would come into town and propose to all the girls. And, you know what? Apple tree didn't fall far. It was a grandpa at 36,
Is there a Rafe in a movie?
I think there was like a Pearl Harbor, Ben Affleck, which I was pumped about as a kid because I was like, I need a little masculinity pumped into this name. And but the movie bombed. It was a
so to speak.
Yeah.
Well, topic. Pretty much by definition. Christy Lee is sitting at the Bob and Tom news desk. I wanted to speak of things that are masculine.
Mm-hmm.
We have a interesting story about vasectomies.
Yeah.
And this kind of plugs into contemporary culture.
A doctor in Texas says he used his electric truck to provide the electric power needed to perform a vasectomy during a power outage.
Really?
Dr. Christopher Yang tweeted that the power went out in his clinic, but the patient did not want to reschedule. WGLT.
Where we're not guilty where we're guilty of giving you the news.
Okay.
Reports that after his staff jokingly suggested during the procedure using his Rivian R1T pickup truck as a backup power source, the Austin-based urologist ran an extension cord from his parking spot to the patient's room.
Wow.
Yang told the station that he had some concern that the electric truck was not going to provide enough power or that it might get interrupted, but the procedure went smoothly. The truck even powered a small fan in the room since the air conditioning went out. Yang said it was likely the world's first Rivian-powered vasectomy.
Pretty cool. Did you see that, what was that, the documentary with Charlie Borman? It was like All the Way Up, where they took the 2 electric motorcycles from the tip of South America.
No, of course not.
No.
That was really good.
Only because you know somebody involved in it.
How bad does this guy want a vasectomy?
Yeah, man. How
he's
much
willing?
I want to reschedule.
Imagine
being his kids and be like, man, how bad do you hate us?
Yeah.
Well, he must have something,
Yeah, like a mistress of vacation in a month.
Yeah. Have you seen the picture of the truck?
I have not. A Rivian R1T or
one just passed me yesterday, and
They're
I was
super
like,
cool.
"What is that?"
Yeah.
It's
Ironically,
really
it had
cool.
truck nuts on it.
Yeah. And a sign said "Baby not on board."
I didn't realize. I mean, couldn't you theoretically just do a vasectomy with a scalpel and non-electric tools?
Don't you have to cauterize? Is that the word?
I just used a soldering iron.
Really?
Yeah. I went on YouTube. I
Did it
DIY'd
yourself?
it. Yep.
You could take out the old Burns-O-Matic and...
yeah, I guess you would have to solder it, yeah.
Those Rivians are pretty cool.
Yeah, well, they use, they have the Rivians in that movie. What's his name?
What
the guy
movie?
from the Star Trek guy.
Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor and Charlie Borman. Those are great movies. But in the last one, they took electric Harleys and drove them up from the tip of South America.
Speaking of names like Rafe, have you heard that it's actually Evan McGregor? That it's supposed to be pronounced Evan?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Somebody was telling me that.
Oh,
I didn't know
really?
if it was true or not.
I didn't know that.
They call him Ewan in that thing.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We have coming up.
Didn't mean to bring the show to a complete halt.
No,
his mom misspelled it too.
I've heard people say Evan, actually.
Isn't that the story of Reno Collier and his son?
Yeah, Gatlin. Gatlin.
You spelled it wrong.
You thought it was supposed to be like Gatling gun?
Yeah.
He thought it was a Gatlin gun. It's a Gatling gun.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As opposed to Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
Which is like naming them Chotsky. Well, we named him after Amir Dazi. Now, I want to do a quick quiz here.
Okay.
I'll start with you, Christy Lee. What is your Sleep Number bed setting?
45.
That means what?
That means it's on the softer side of a mattress.
Josh, you're a manly guy. What's your Sleep Number bed setting?
65.
So a little more firm.
What's yours?
And I'm Chick McGee. It's 100.
I like a crisp 85. Chick McGee gets it at 100.
Yeah, so see, we all four have different numbers, but
So his is like sleeping on a pool table. Yours is like sleeping on a giant marshmallow.
that's very comfortable.
I'm just trying to illustrate for people that either side of that bed has its own life, its own setting,
And
its
a
own
touch
will.
of a button, I can change it.
That's right.
Because I'm a woman, I change my mind a lot.
You can change your mind if you're a guy, too. We're not trying to do any stereotypes here, except the stereotype that everybody wants a good night's sleep because every great day starts the night before. So we call it proven quality sleep from Sleep Number. And here's the best number, 50, as in 50% off right now for a very limited time. The 360 limited edition smart bed series on sale. Get the details at your Sleep Number store. That's the only place you could find them. sleepnumber.com/BT show. I believe I'm celebrating, I was trying to think of this, it's either year 19 or 20 with my Sleep Number bed. And I do love it. And I have on occasion changed the setting. I have the one, by the way, you press a button and the back goes up. Bzzzt, where your feet can go up. Very handy.
Oh, that is handy.
Very nice. Sleep Number. So you'll find them at Sleep Number store, sleepnumber.com/BT show. Get yourself a great night's sleep. I know you'll love your Sleep Number bed. Coming up, we have in the news a guy in a hydrogen balloon having an issue. And remember back in the day, they used to, you don't know what they put in the Zeppelins?
Hydrogen.
Oh, sure. Yeah. They were somewhat flammable.
Yes.
And as I like to say, I've got those T-shirts. They're sold out now. They say hydrogen laws suck. Helium, my ass. We're running out of helium.
Yep.
We'll find out what that's all about. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, for everything Bob and Tom, check out bobandtom.com. All our latest highlights, news, information, links to our social media sites, and so much more. You can also find out about our Bob and Tom VIP access right there at bobandtom.com. You can see videos of Pat Godwin playing his guitar. You can see Ace Cosby telling a joke of the day. You can see the Bob and Tom Show puppets. It's all free and all available for you. It's a wormhole you go down and you might not come out of, but we enjoy you stopping by. bobandtom.com, and you can always email us, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. If you'd like to send us a request, a junior win bag, perhaps a story about when you got divorced and what your ex took from your house. Oh, those emails have been coming in thanks to Al Jackson, who is in that process, and it seems to be very relatable for a lot of our listeners. So at any rate, keep the emails coming. We love to hear from you. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com as we continue through this Friday. We're almost done, but we're not done with you yet, you knuckleheads. Keep it here. You're tuned to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with a look at things you may have missed on this Friday morning. Britain's new king is preparing to meet with the Prime Minister and plans to address a nation mourning Queen Elizabeth II. The Queen was only the British monarch most of the world had known and was a force of stability in a volatile age. The country began a 10-day mourning period Friday. Bells tolled around Britain, 96 gun salutes planned in London. That's one for each year of the Queen's long life. People around the globe gathered at British embassies to pay homage to the Queen. She died Thursday in Scotland. King Charles III spent much of his 73 years preparing for the role and takes the throne in an era of uncertainty for both his country and the monarchy itself. An International Crane Foundation official says it's exciting that a record 8 whooping cranes have taken wing in Louisiana after hatching in the wild. The State Department of Wildlife and Fisheries says it's not just a Louisiana record for the world's rarest crane, but one for any flock reintroduced to the wild to help save the endangered bird. The previous record of 6 set in 2018 in the flock that was taught to migrate between Wisconsin and Florida by following ultralight aircraft. Both flocks are being nurtured in hopes of creating a cushion if anything happens to the only natural flock which migrates between. Texas, and Alberta, Canada. And that's a look at things you may have missed on this Friday. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Jim Gaffigan joins us in the studio, a family man, a clean liver. Now, when you're on stage, Jim, you don't do a blue kind of show, do you?
I'm very clean and kind of, I talk about cake for like an hour because, cake's an important topic.
Cake, tell me about cake.
Well, there's a lot of different. Cake's a powerful food. Cake can actually bring people together. It's Bill's birthday. Yeah, I hate that guy. There's cake in the conference room. Well, I should say hello.
Who am I to pass judgment on him?
It's his big day. There's so many types of cake. There's rum cake, which makes sense because we've all been eating cake and thought, this needs booze. Shot of liquor. I don't have time to eat and drink. There's fruit cake. That's a bit of a disappointment.
Oh, yeah.
You'd think that would be better. Fruit, good.
Right.
Cake, great.
Right.
Fruit cake, nasty crap.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. Have you tried fruit cake? I don't even think that's fruit in there. You're like, what is that, a Skittle?
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you everything I touch turns to sold.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. This is Bob and Tom's program, 24/7.
Now, have you ever done a cop convention or anything?
I just did one last night.
Did you really?
Yeah, and they're fun because they understand stuff that I'm talking about, I always say
Unlike the normal audience.
Yeah, the biggest misconception people have about police is that we really care. Because don't. If you see a wreck and you can make a U-turn, you're going to do it.
Sometimes you just get stuck.
You just don't want to hear it. It's always the same thing.
don't want to hear it.
That's true. Every time you make a traffic stop, I ain't out catching rail criminals. Well, I'll tell you the truth, lady, I'm not that good at this job. I'm trying to figure out a way to get disability without actually hurting myself. See, I was a smart aleck.
Didn't take it all that serious.
Oh, yeah.
Did you?
Oh, heck no. People would make U-turns on the expressway. I'd pull up behind them and go over my microphone and go, because it says authorized vehicles only. I'd pull up behind them and go over my microphone and go, I authorize you. I don't care. You can't be subpoenaed if your name's not on anything. That's the way I always felt about it.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Bob and Tom all the time in your ear.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're all here, bright and shiny. There's
Some of
Christy
us.
Lee.
Hi.
Good to see you, doll.
Good to see you.
Pat Godwin in the music room.
Hello, Josh.
How are you feeling, buddy?
Good. Shiny.
Oh, yes, good. Jeff Oskey sitting in for Chick McGee today.
That's right.
There's Ace Cosby at the track phone, hot board, hot pockets.
I'm sorry, there might have been something in that.
Just skip.
I was just enjoying myself,
Oh, okay.
being a little silly.
Enjoy
Tom.
yourself with words that don't rhyme with uck.
Oh, I didn't know that
All right.
I'm Josh Arnold, apparently nearly cussing at the upside kick chair, and there's the old ucker himself, Tom. We have a guest, Tom.
Where? Oh, I see him. It's comedian Rafe Williams. He's joined us in the studio. Grandfather at age 36. Congratulations. You got some potent seed in there, mister.
Yeah.
Now, have you had a vasectomy?
No, but it's on the docket. I can tell you that. I don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, I had that conversation. My girlfriend now doesn't have kids, and she's like, I was like, I think I want to get one. And she's like, well, I feel like you're overreacting and being a little selfish and narcissistic because you found out you're a grandpa in your 30s. I can't think of a reason you would need one. I was like, oh, I can sum it up for you in one sentence. I never want to say to my granddaughter, can you hold your uncle for a minute? Because he's being super fussy right now.
I'd be laughing, except I've actually said that. And if you're just joining us, I need to kind of semi-clarify why I asked you if you'd had a vasectomy. I don't typically ask that of all of our guests.
Well, no.
Especially the female ones.
Yeah, I'm asking because we had an interesting news story in which an electric truck, the Rivian, was used to give the power, to supply the power for it. Was it in Texas?
Yeah, in Austin, Texas, a urologist used an extension cord from his parking spot to the patient's room because they had a power outage, and he was able to complete a vasectomy.
Wow. And again, Jeff, you pointed out this guy, obviously the patient didn't want to wait till the power came back. For what reason?
He has a vacation with his mistress next month.
I haven't seen a Rivian in person yet.
Oh, I haven't either. But
the story is the first time I've ever heard of one.
Really?
Me too.
Yeah. Oh, they're so cool.
It's a mega $billion.
They're beautiful.
It's a really cool truck, except for it's electric. Like, I hope someone in a lifted diesel truck just drives over your electric truck every time.
Wait a second.
That's the opposite of what a truck is. Like, you shouldn't have batteries.
Wow.
You wuss. No.
I got some bad news for you. Jeep's about to jump on the electric bandwagon with their first SUV.
Get out of here. You're lucky I can't afford you.
These companies are going to have to. What California just said, no more gasoline, 2035, something like that?
Yeah, but you haven't heard of the Rivian at all?
No.
It's a gigantic investment.
Is it its own company, or is it like a Dodge Rivian?
Yeah, it's owned by, what is it? Who owns it? Amazon or Google?
It's owned.
Yeah.
It's their own.
One of our future presidents?
Yeah. It's but they're really cool looking. I only saw them in the documentary. I didn't see them. I've never seen one on the road here.
And you saw one yesterday? Is that what you said?
There's someone right up by my house who must own one because I see it all the
and
time.
Please tell me he has truck nuts on it.
Truck nuts and a Calvin Pissin bumper sticker.
They have a
it's pissing on a V8 engine.
They have a real futuristic headlight look and.
Yeah, although it's not as futuristic as the Tesla truck that's coming.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
all right.
No, they canceled that. The Cybertruck is, I believe it's been canceled.
Oh, really?
Too many people saw it.
It tweeted something about minorities.
So we've got Jeep's coming out with an electric one.
Yep, they've unveiled their first fully electric SUVs. The new vehicles include the Jeep Recon, a four-wheel drive midsize SUV, kind of about like the size of a Jeep Wrangler, and it'll be starting production in 2024. Jeep will start making an all-electric Wagoneer S midsize luxury SUV in 2024 that can also go off-road. Jeep also plans to introduce 4 all-electric SUVs in North America and Europe by the end of 2025.
You know, someone is already designing one of those spare tire covers, all the Jeeps that you occasionally can pull up, and they've got the exotic I'm an artist spare tire.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Yeah, there's got to be a good electric one being designed right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big Jeep fan.
I am too. And you've...
I own one.
I've owned 4 Jeep Grand Cherokees in my life, and one of my daughters drives a Cherokee. They're great. By the way, the best, most, what's the word for easy to use that they use now?
User-friendly?
The most user-friendly radio out there. Great radio. I drive a car that has the worst radio. You have to pull aside and go through 4 steps and call up England.
I'm sure
it's user-friendly when it wants to work.
Yeah. No,
it's user-friendly when the user knows what they're doing.
No. If you Google my car, it will say this has the worst radio of any major automobile.
I'm sure you can find anything, can't you?
I still drive a 96 Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Oh, no kidding.
So does my boyfriend. How many miles?
Almost 300,000.
Nicely done.
He can top you. 452,000.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they should give me a free Jeep.
They should.
Yeah.
But it's like the other day I blew a tire and I pulled the spare tire out. Swear to God, it's from 1995. It was on the tire. It was a Goodyear tire from 95, and it was in pristine condition because the Jeep that I have, the spare tire's like in the back, covered up.
Yeah, you got the cover. That was my whole point. You got the cover on it.
Yeah, the mechanic couldn't believe it. When I got it to the place, he goes, "It's tires." I go, "You can look at the born on date or whatever." And he goes, "Oh, my God. You're lucky you're not dead." I was just like, I'm leaving it on. You kidding me? I'm not spending money on a new tire. Let's roll the dice.
Wow.
I used to work with an old guy in Orlando, Florida, and this guy he'd be 105 now or something. He drove 2 vintage 50s era pickup trucks. And he wasn't like saving him. This guy. He would give you a bill, for example. He was a plumber. He would give you a bill. Every handwritten. Every washer would be on there. So this guy and these trucks were so pristine.
So he took care of his things.
Yeah, and it was an interesting, fascinating guy. He used to do the plumbing at the strip club across the street, the famous Club Wana. You don't want to know what's clogging up those pipes.
I don't want to see that invoice if he was detailed.
This guy was
4 pubes, 5 nipple rings.
He was offered.
I don't know what this is.
For one of his trucks, they offered him 2. We'll give you 2 brand new trucks. No. I'm keeping these.
Huh.
So yeah, sometimes some of these vehicles go a lot longer than you think.
Yeah, if you take care of things, they'll last.
Yeah, good for him. So there's not only an electric Jeep and an electric truck out there. There's also this is something new, and I hadn't seen this before. An electric plane.
United Airlines has signed a conditional agreement to buy 200 so-called electric-powered air taxis.
What's the condition? They have to fly?
Well, that would be number 1.
I would think so.
The airline said it invested $15 million in the startup manufacturer called Eve Air Mobility.
By the way, to me, $15 million for an airplane, I'd go higher.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like enough.
What's that going to buy? The dashboard?
They expect to receive the first air taxis as soon as 2026. United executive Mike Leskian said the air taxis will be vertical takeoff and landing aircraft like helicopters, but they only seat 4 people.
Oh.
He said they'll be faster than driving to the airport and produce fewer emissions. Trips are estimated to cost $100 to $150 each way. The air taxis will be ideally suited for traffic-clogged cities where United flies, like New York, Chicago, and San Francisco.
I say never will happen. I say this is not going to happen.
You don't think so?
Nope.
This just sounds like big drones to me.
They do, exactly.
I can't get my taxi driver to take a shower. How are you going to teach him to fly a plane? Oh yeah, it's me. You're right. I'm the jerk.
So are they gonna land this in your yard? And
seriously,
well, I bet they would have park and ride.
This is $1 billion. This is not going to happen.
They have park and rides everywhere. You park your car.
Okay, if this happens in 2 years, I'll give you $1,000. There's no way this is going to happen.
How do they control the airways?
Yeah,
air traffic control.
I mean, that's a lot.
So this is not going to be $150 to the airport. It's going to be $50,000.
Yeah, exactly. It would have to.
I was going to say I'd pay $100 to not have to park and.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I spend $100 easy on parking.
They better be big, too, because I got my son a drone for Christmas, and the first flight, a red-tailed hawk snatched it out of the sky and flew away with a $450 drone. And,
oh, really?
Oh, man, I was furious.
That's awesome. I mean,
not if you're
right.
That's pretty cool.
Not when you're trying to get your return and you're arguing with customer service. Be like, predatory birds wasn't on the guarantee.
That's not considered an act of God?
Yeah, right?
Did you get cool video, though?
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't. My son, he took it in stride. He was like, if we got a video of that, we could probably make some money. And I was like, we didn't. So I lost $450.
Now, I'm looking up this flying air taxi. They don't even have a picture of it.
Well, it's in production. I mean, it's not even in production, right?
These are weird.
Yeah.
No, this is not going to happen.
It's a startup manufacturer.
No.
I'm starting
to think Tom's skeptical about this whole thing.
Speaking of hot air balloons.
Yeah?
Chinese state media is saying a man has been found safe after he spent 2 days aloft in a hydrogen balloon. The man identified by his surname Hu and a partner.
Who is it?
It's H-U, Hu.
What's his name?
Hu.
This is the guy in the balloon.
Oh, my God.
You gotta see, Christy, what I was trying to do
Who's
there.
on first skit.
He's a famous comedic
skit.
It was.
He and a partner were collecting pine nuts.
He and his partner when?
Guess who?
When who?
We could do this all day. Or as Chick McGee would say, it would just feel like it.
Yes. They were collecting pine nuts in a forest park when their balloon became untethered and sailed off.
They were what?
Stop. Okay, I'm not sure why you'd collect pine nuts, but that's okay.
You never had pine nuts? They're great.
Why do you have a hydrogen balloon with you?
Pesto. I don't know.
So they didn't have to walk into the woods, I guess?
This sounds like an Elizabethan tale. This doesn't sound like this happened recently.
You're right.
We were collecting pine nuts in the woods, and our balloon became untethered.
Exactly.
And then a dragon flew by, and it snatched my son's toy from the air.
We almost flew all the way into the sun.
None of this makes sense.
The other person jumped to the ground and a search was launched for who?
I don't know.
That's what we're wondering. Third base. When?
State broadcaster CCTV said rescuers were able to contact the man on his phone and gave him instructions to slowly deflate the balloon to land safely.
Don't light a cigarette.
It took another day before he reached the ground about 200 miles from where he had taken off. The man was said to be in good health, apart from some pain in his lower back, and is recovering in a hospital.
So there has to be an explanation as to why you'd have a hydrogen balloon with you to hunt pine nuts.
I suppose.
Well, I'm sure there is, but I want to.
I'm sure it's to get into some area of the forest where they can't walk to or whatever.
But how do you? No, you can't.
Also, this story was from the Chinese state media, so let's take everything with a grain of salt.
Oh, you mean they were on their way to do some manual labor?
Yeah.
Mr. Who, are you familiar with the iPhone 14? No. You're about to be making them.
Hey, you know the balloon that can't be sensed by any radar in the world? They were on their way to the viral laboratory in the middle of the mountain. Just tell them they were looking for pine nuts.
Yeah, that's a lazy writer's room. And they're
this
like,
makes a little bit more sense if you read it this way. Apparently, the man was untethered while he was using it to harvest pine nuts from a tree. So they were using the balloon to get up high amongst the trees to get the nuts.
Yeah, I didn't know pine nuts grew.
Usually, pine nuts you shake and they fall down to the ground. You shake the tree. At least they do in New Mexico. I don't.
So wait a minute, aren't the tree branches getting in the way? And
it's risky work.
Yeah,
for one salad.
Pine nuts high, truck nuts bottom of the tree.
Yeah, Pat, what'd you say?
For one salad.
That's work for one salad. You're risking your life. And again, hydrogen. For those of you not familiar with how this works, I have one word for you: Hindenburg.
Wait, are pine nuts the things that look like soggy Kick cereal in the Ruby Tuesday buffet? And who the hell would ever throw these on their salad?
They're tiny. They look kind of like sunflower seeds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm thinking of chickpeas.
Yeah.
We have to decide. We have to decide the Napa Big Deal of the week. And since we have a guest in the studio, comedian Rafe Williams, it's your choice. I'll read 10 stories here. You tell me what you think is the most significant.
Okay.
A grizzly bear interrupting a wedding ceremony across the lake. A grizzly bear attacked a moose and the moose started screaming, and they had to stop the.
It was a baby moose too. It was a calf.
Okay.
That's when they taste the best.
How about the bar in Madison, Wisconsin, where more than 100 of the patrons were under 21?
137, and there were only 6 in the bar that were of the legal drinking age. That's my favorite part of the story.
Nice. It's a great place to. Oh, never mind.
Pick up.
Let's see. How about the remains of a vampire were discovered in Eastern Europe? Remember this one with a toe lock.
Right?
Yeah.
And a blade situated so if
a sickle, wasn't
if they
it?
woke up from the dead, it would sever their throat.
Yep.
That's interesting. How about this? A guy has a world record for catching a football from the highest altitude ever, thrown from an airplane.
There was something we didn't care for about this. It was.
He was wearing a uniform. I thought that was weird.
No, but there was something else. I remember.
Where it was like, well, that shouldn't count. I forget what it was.
Right.
So no.
And here's a good one. Spain has a new record for the most people killed by bulls, during these running of the bulls events. I didn't realize there was more than one.
Yeah, apparently.
There's
like
month,
right? Franchise.
Yeah, there's like a league. They've got like 15 of them every weekend. I don't want to
sway you.
Yeah, I love this story more than any of them.
He's swaying you.
Yeah. Martha Stewart. What's her job description?
Well, she's a know-it-all.
Lifestyle
guru.
Something.
America's sweetheart.
But Martha Stewart, famous for going to jail and not ratting on anybody in some kind of weird stock.
Oh, wow. How honorable of her.
Yeah, I never understood
Did you see the latest topless photos of her?
Wait,
topless?
What?
Yeah. I have to show you. You keep talking.
I like your nipple doilies.
Yeah. Martha Stewart, the essence of the story was she said, perhaps tongue-in-cheek, that she wanted some of her friends to die because their husbands were so attractive to her, and she thought they'd make a great husband for her because she's looking.
Yeah.
So she was hoping that her friends would die. So if you're a friend of Martha's and she brings a cake over to you and your husband or a pie, don't get it. And then one of you suggested you thought Martha Stewart would be great to date.
Yeah, she's 81 and hot. Look, she's wearing just an apron. She's got a new thing with Green Mountain Coffee.
Yeah.
So she allegedly looks like she's wearing nothing underneath her little apron.
Oh, I see. Yeah. It's not. You can't see your boobs. When
Well-
you say I have a topless photo,
Yeah.
if you ever do that to us again,
Yeah.
When Josh says, I'm sending you a DP, there's going to be a lot of D in it. If Oskar sends you one, you're going to need a bigger phone.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
How does she not have any wrinkles at 81? Oh, I know. It's called a filter.
oh, boy, Kitty's got claws.
Yeah.
And again, can you imagine how demanding she would be, though? She'd be barking out orders like a short order drill.
Yeah, but don't you love that? Don't you love being bossed around and told what to do?
Do you like that?
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah.
Really?
You need salt in a lime before you lick that thing.
What the hell?
Which one do you like the best, Rafe?
Oh, well, with such a neutral setup. I'm going to go with Martha Stewart. All right.
Oh, that's funny.
I
like that one, too. That's our Napa Big Deal of the Week. By the way, with nearly 6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores and over 17,000 Napa Auto Care Centers, Napa's got what you need for your car or your truck. Napa is the fuel that helps drivers like you get up and go. We love you, Napa. Those folks at Napa know what's going on behind the counter. Now, got a bunch of other stuff I want to get to today. We're going to get to more of these Merriam-Webster new words in the dictionary. I found the whole list.
Oh.
Besides yeet.
Yeah. We're going to come back with that, or we're going to do it later?
I think we'll probably have to get to it next week.
We haven't done Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
Oh, you shut your mouth.
I'm sorry.
Are you sure? When we do it when we come back, I guess. How about that? Right now, I want to remind you that Chick, a little under the weather, so he's at his compound where he is about to install camera number 11 in his Simply Safe system. He's got me out-camered. If you've seen his phone, it's like looking at the switching board for the Super Bowl. He's got so many cameras. Simply Safe. You don't have to believe us. Look it up. We were into Simply Safe way before they asked us to make some announcements about their quality products. Simply Safe can blanket your home in protection. Advanced sensors for every room, window, door. You design it yourself. You put it in yourself. You don't need a ladder. You don't need a bunch of screws and nails. It is so simple, user-friendly, as they say. And very important, by the way, hazard sensors. And I tell you, this one really saved my buns, and that was the flood detection device that is now part of the Simply Safe program. For those of you that live in certain areas with sump pumps, you know what I'm talking about. Also, carbon monoxide detectors, smoke detectors, burglar alarms, doorbell cameras. Simply Safe. Customize it, put it in, and you're going to be not surprised that the level of customer satisfaction at Simply Safe is staggering. SimplySafeTom.com. Check it out today and claim a free indoor security camera plus 20% off interactive monitoring. It's a great value, great quality. It's changing the world of home security. SimplySafeTom.com. There's no place like Simply Safe. When we come back, the famous Ace Cosby joke of the day. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Get a look at today's show on our YouTube channel.
Hi, everybody. Chick McGee here from the Bob and Tom Show. I want to tell you about the NFL season coming up. We got together with the folks at Big Green Egg, and each and every week, you're going to have a chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg during the Pigskin Pick program on the Bob and Tom Show.
So you're an email guy then?
Oh, no. Well, I check my email. I never get real emails. They're all junk. I got a junk box, and the junk box is like, look, we don't even have time to sort out this stuff. And it's all burn DVDs, lose weight, consolidate debt, and then be like young teen sluts, whores, triple X. Thousands of it. And then I got a weird one in the middle that says, do you need a birdhouse? And I actually got that. And I'm like, who's the birdhouse guy? And then every day I get this email. Jim, do you want to enlarge your penis?
Yep.
And how did I get on the small Willy email list? That is the real
question. Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
We learn a lot during the course of the Bob and Tom Show. Today, no exception. And we'll be back in a matter of moments with things we learned on the Bob and Tom Show today. But first, we'll take a look at history on this September 9th, 2022 to find out exactly what went down on this date in history. Professor Tom Griswold will be back with that. Things we learned and a look at history, and you still being here when we return. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7 on a Friday.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. Britain's new king is preparing to meet with the Prime Minister and plans to address a nation mourning Queen Elizabeth II. The Queen was the only British monarch most of the world has known and was a force of stability in a volatile age. The country began a 10-day mourning period today. Bells tolled around Britain and 96 gun salutes were planned in London. That's one for each year of the Queen's long life. People around the globe gathered at British embassies to pay homage to the Queen, who died Thursday in Scotland. King Charles III spent much of his 73 years preparing for the role and takes the throne in an era of uncertainty for both his country and the monarchy itself. No date has been set for the coronation of King Charles III. A protest against Uber has sprouted in Brussels. Hundreds of cab drivers from as far away as Switzerland and Spain clogged the streets of the Belgian city to protest the spread of the ride-hailing service. Cabbies say Uber has an unfair advantage over hacks. As in the case elsewhere, traditional cab services complain that the app-based Uber service doesn't face the tax burdens and regulations they do. And the images from the new James Webb Space Telescope have certainly been something to write home about. Now, you can literally write home about them using the new postal stamp showing images obtained from the telescope. The forever stamp dedicated to the Webb Space Telescope was dedicated yesterday in Washington, D.C. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Think you know your pro football and want to put your knowledge to the test? Then play Pigskin Pick 'em every week at bobandtom.com. This is your chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg. Just pick the winners of this week's pro football games and you could win a Mini Max Big Green Egg. Head to bobandtom.com/contest and play Pigskin Pick 'em with the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
The Bob and Tom Show now presents The Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas.
Hello again, everybody. This is ex-attorney Jack Thomas. You know, I got a lot of mail here at the ex-law office, and today, let's open a letter. Well, this comes from young Davy Radonovich of Kokomo, Indiana. He asks, what is the difference between slander and libel? Well, what kind of idiotic, stupid question is that? What kind of little pea-brain moron would write me? I think if I were you, little Davy, I'd worry more about inbreeding than I would about the law. Davy, that was slander. If I would have written it down, it would have been libel.
This has been The Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the law is your friend. It's the lawyers you have to watch out for. And remember this, the preceding has been a joke, not legal advice. Learn to know the difference.
Bob and Tom.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
They put the F in professional.
Nick Griffin's our guest. I'm glad that
I'm glad everything's okay now. Yeah.
Now, are you dating at all? Do you see anyone? Are you?
No, I don't. I mean, I tried. You know, they're doing that internet dating, which.
Have you tried that?
I have tried it, yeah, but I just don't. I don't see a future in it because there's no story if you do get married with your kids. You know, I was checking the box score and then I double clicked on your mom's head.
Yeah, but it turns out I don't sleep well anyway. I've been grinding my teeth. I didn't know I grind my teeth until I woke up. My husband was pouring coffee beans into my mouth. What a weird way to save time in the morning.
No kidding, but it's fresh coffee.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller.
Rafe in person.
Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey.
Pat Godwin in the music room. Hello. Jeff Oskey sitting in for Chick McGee.
Yes, sir.
Ace Cosby at the track phone board. Hey. I'm Josh Arnold at the Upside Side.
Ace isn't that bored. I mean,
chair. Very good. Tom. And Tom, why don't you introduce our guest for us?
He's comedian Rafe Williams. Put your pants on, Rafe.
He's comfortable.
Leave the man alone.
It's time now for I know you're a professional comedian. It's time now for a lesson in comedy, please. Everyone get back. And,
all right, I'm ready.
Here it comes.
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
I'm excited for my friend. He got a new job in marketing for Kellogg's.
Oh, really?
I guess you could say his job is raising brand awareness.
That was Ace Cosby's joke
So
of
close.
the day.
So close.
Raisin Brand awareness. Very, very, very good.
Raisin Brand Post, anyway?
Yeah.
Oh, now we're going to do that.
According to his post,
I believe it's post.
His job is Raisin Brand awareness.
He got it absorbed.
Yeah, okay.
I see.
Now, we had the news story about the doctor in Texas that used his electric truck, the Rivian, to there was a big power outage, but he had to do this vasectomy. Kind of interesting, fun story. But we were talking about the Rivian, and I couldn't remember too many details. But they're these really cool trucks. They're manufactured, according to this letter, in Normal, Illinois.
Oh, really?
Really? All right.
Yeah, it's a huge factory. I saw it in the documentary. But Normal, Illinois, we learned last week was what?
Normal.
But it's what is
it's
this?
It's close to some other city.
Yeah, but there was another city very close to
Bloomington.
So
Bloomington,
normal.
Not so normal. What was it? I don't remember.
Oh, there was Standard.
Standard.
There's
right.
a town called Standard, Illinois.
Right.
And this guy had gone to college in Normal and was from Standard, so he thought he was an average American. It wasn't a joke. It just is very clever.
No, it was.
Hey, what did we learn from history?
Nothing yet.
Today is September 9th,
What year?
2022.
Okay. There we go. California became the 31st state on this date in 1850 and immediately imposed a 50% income tax on all of its citizens and made building anything impossible
And
due to
water rationing.
over-regulation. Okay, sorry. Let's see. Orville Wright makes the first hour-long plane flight in 1908.
Wow.
Have you ever read about these guys? Unbelievable. It's so cool. They would, crowds would gather on the weekends when they would be doing their experimental flying.
Well, of course they did.
They would take off and just do.
They're standing in line.
He had to bring his own bag of peanuts. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. And so often their passengers, or occasionally, they would die.
Yeah.
They would,
So they're murderers.
No, not at all.
Yes.
If you want to get on an experimental aircraft, it's your,
Listen, you want to gather pine nuts.
It's your
take some
prerogative.
risks.
This is a good one. 1956, Elvis appeared for the first time on the Ed Sullivan Show.
I see.
Ed Sullivan. Are we not kidding?
What? You?
Elvis was on.
See, I've been
Ed
conditioned.
Yes, we're all.
It's awful. I'm like a Pavlov dog.
Let's see, 1828, the birthday of Leo Tolstoy.
Oh, nice writer.
Yes.
Wrote War and Peace.
Yeah,
Anna
Anna
Karenina.
Karenina.
And a lot of people don't know this. He also wrote 50 Shades of Grey.
Did
Isn't
he?
that weird? Yeah, it is based on that.
I didn't understand the hype over that Anna book. I read it and was like,
Anna Karenina is amazing.
all right.
Let's see, how about this one?
I'm waiting for the movie.
Hey, listen, speaking of amazing, 1890, the birth of Colonel Harland Sanders.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I love this guy, Hugh Grant, born in 1960, of course.
I love him, too.
Have you seen the most recent Paddington movie?
Yes.
No, I still haven't.
He should have gotten an Academy.
She's just
Academy
weeping for the Queen's death.
Yeah.
He really should have gotten an Oscar. Happy birthday to Adam Sandler. who's proven to be a great actor besides being a great comedian.
He is a great actor.
I love this guy, too. We've talked to this guy also. Eric Stone Street. You know who he is, Christy?
Oh, terrific.
Modern Family. I was just watching him yesterday.
Yeah. And then you like this guy, Christy, Michael Bublé.
Oh, yeah. I love Michael Bublé.
The Canadian Frank Sinatra.
You know, a lot of people don't know this. The first syllable of his last name, boob. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. Very good.
But he doesn't spell it that way.
I had a fan, well, maybe not a fan, but an attendee of a show.
Yes.
Tell me I look like a fat Michael Bublé.
Oh, that was nice.
And I was like, Quando.
That's kind of a compliment. Time now to learn what we learned on today's show. How does this work?
Oh, it works by me telling you what we learned. Sponsored by Napa Auto Parts, with nearly 6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores and over 17,000 Napa Auto Care centers. Napa is the fuel that helps drivers like you get up and go. That's
Napa.
Chick has grown tired of all of Christie's quote-unquote friends she claims to have.
Well, that's because he sits at home in front of his TV and has no friends. It's not my fault that
And
I
we
get
never
out
got
and
we
about.
never got to that news story about the average number of real friends an adult has.
Oh, we'll have to do that.
I thought we did.
We just touched on it. We didn't get to the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Okay.
Queen Elizabeth has passed away, and Jeff Oskey is very sad about it.
Good
John
riddance.
Daly threw out the first pitch at the St. Louis Cardinals game. He looked like a golfing Santa Claus, according to some
He had a great throw. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Yes, it was a strike for sure.
It was, and he casual. Looks like he's having a great time.
That's right. One of Christie's friends, a world record. She surfed for 14 hours. Wake surfed for 14 hours, 48 minutes behind a boat. And my gosh, her boobs are just terrific, according to Christy Lee. So thank you for introducing us.
You're welcome.
To your friend and her
She was my friend.
Her two bodacious breasts.
Okay, thank you very much. That's the name of the boat.
Yes, the bodacious breasts.
Okay. Thank you so much. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Think you know your pro football? Then play Pigskin Pick 'em every week at bobandtom.com/contest. It's your chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg. This is the Bob and Tom Show.